Welcome to the grand finale of the Tarqaron's Best Gamer Challenge, as well as the season finale of the Tarqaron Podcast, you could call it.
Yeah,
A
you could
nice
call it that.
episode 25. Episode 25. How about that?
That's crazy. It's crazy that we've done that many, done
Nice
that many
little
episodes of this.
selection. Nice little
Yeah.
collection of Tarqaron Podcast episodes. So today, this is our first video recording in the new year. Or no, that's not true, is it? Did I make
No,
that
it's not
up?
true. No, you made
Yeah, I
that
made
up.
that up.
This is the first podcast that we're
First,
doing, but it's also going to be the last podcast we'll be doing this year. So,
so,
uh,
but we did a podcast the beginning of 2025 where we kicked
mhm.
off this backlog challenge we were doing, talked about some goals for the year, things like that. And then this is another one of those where we're going to talk about stuff we're looking forward to, like movies and game wise, as well as conclude the Tarkon's Best Gamer Challenge. And then look forward. We'll read some comments since it's been a while, and yeah, go from there. All right. So how are we
Sounds
doing? How's it
like a
going?
plan. Well, it's if you've seen any of the other videos that we posted, I lost my job right before Christmas. I got fired, so it was delightful. It was just wonderful news, exactly what you want to hear right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been struggling to try to collect unemployment. Because I'm basically just fighting with the state. It's been very annoying. I guess I've never struggled with this before. I have gone through periods of time previous in my life where I had similar stuff happen, but this time it's been like way more frustrating than ever before. So hopefully, I'm getting tomorrow. I'm looking at that should hopefully get sorted by tomorrow because I'm going to meet with somebody about everything going on. So in regards to that, it's been better. Things have been better for me.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks because it's like, my sleep schedule's all messed up. I'm like, I can't fall asleep till like 4 in the morning, and then I wake up at like 10 or later, and like I hate that. I'm not really a morning person, but I also don't like not having a really much of a morning, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, so that's been kind of not my favorite. Um, but
Yeah, that's the norm for
I
me. Unfortunately, that's
yeah, it was you're working like
my shift. Yeah.
it's a shift. Yeah, hey, if I had some security, if I had a shift like that, then I'd probably be a lot more okay with it. But the thing is, like, I don't, I just don't have
Right. Yeah.
anything going on right now. So, I'm probably gonna be got some stuff lined up. Hopefully, I've applied to like a bunch of places. I haven't heard back from any of them, of course, because nobody ever gets back to you, even though they're always hiring. Um,
Mm.
the the
Mm.
what
Yeah, that's true.
what yeah, no, it is true. Oh, you're clapping. That's clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, bars. Yeah, it's just I've always hated that. It's only gotten worse as time has gone on too. It was already bad like that in like the last time I was doing this stuff, like 2017 or whatever. When I was like looking for work, it was already bad, but like COVID and everything just got worse after that. Like when it comes to like places don't even want to just like say, yeah, sorry, we're not, we're looking for somebody else. Like they don't even want to say that. They'll just completely ignore you. And it's just like, what am I
Right.
supposed? I can't sit around for, you know. I also don't want to call because then they get pissed off if you call. They're like, well, if you did the online application,
We'll reach
that's all
out
you
to
got
you.
to do.
We'll reach out.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
but that's
yeah,
unemployment sucks in general. Like, I
yeah,
don't know if it's different state by state, but my
it does
unemployment is
vary.
really, when I had that, it's like not livable at all. Like, it was
Oh
like,
no,
it's
it
abysmal.
yeah. Well, I mean, so the way New Hampshire does it is that it is like you have to be showing that you have the initiative to
Right.
that you're looking for work essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't remember like the last time I had it, like about how much I was making or whatever. All I know is that like based on a lot of other certain circumstances, so the fact that I'm currently living in an address that's not the address that's on my license, my phone number for some reason, even though I've had this phone number for 15 years of my life or 16 years of my life now, they're like, well, we can't confirm that phone number because that's not the phone number that we have for you. And I'm just like, okay. Um, so that's all delightful. So they had to like mail me something, and I've been waiting. It's been like it's been almost 2 weeks since that happened. So I was like, okay, is there like a faster way for me to do this? Like, I don't remember this ever being this much of a nightmare before. And like, so I'm gonna be going to there's a place I can go to like confirm that yes, I am who I say I am in person. So, and I probably should
Yeah.
have done that sooner, um but yeah, I was stubborn and wanted to wait for the process because I didn't know if there was like an issue with like if they mailed me this, if there was a problem with it. I'm just like, screw it. I'm just gonna take this into my own hands. I should have done this way earlier. So,
But it's like
so
the income, like I was
yeah,
already a very like low paying job, and then I was collecting unemployment after that, so I was making like 40% of what I was making
yeah,
already at a
right,
job that wasn't paying enough. So it was a
right.
struggle. That
It's
was a point where I was just like, I was doing like Uber Eats to get extra money. I was
that's
donating plasma. I was doing everything.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm not sure about donating plasma. I'll have to look into that.
It's not
Because
ideal. I mean,
honestly, you should do that. You should be doing that anyways. But like the fact that they do have a bounty for it, essentially, like
yeah,
is
but
good,
it was like
I guess.
real struggle bus because it's like you
Yeah,
after you donate a certain amount of time, it was like 3 times, then you get this much money, and it was like not, it was
right.
just barely scraping
Yeah,
by. And I really didn't like
yeah.
the
I
idea. It bothers me the idea of having something like a needle in you for an extended period of time.
hmm
Like you get used to it when you're in there, but it just the idea does bother me. It wasn't like
yeah,
I'm gonna do like 5 more of these. I was like, once I did the three or whatever it was, 2 or 3,
yeah.
I was like, all right,
hmm
I've done
I'm good.
enough, I think.
I've done my bit for. Uh, but yeah, no, I've actually been looking into. I actually downloaded the. I'm probably going to be doing some DoorDash crap, so I'm not like overly enthused about that. Um, I have a former manager who started his own company. I've been talking to him. He's supposed to be getting back to me. Uh, scheduling an interview. He's like, "Well, I already know you, so like this should be pretty smooth. Like I don't see any issues with this, but like obviously we still do have to have a conversation." But he's like, "But I'm going on vacation like next week,
hmm
so you wouldn't be able to start earliest. You'd probably be able to start if I say if this is a go, it'll be like February." And I'm like, "Okay." So there's
Right.
all that going on. And so yeah, so I'm probably going to be doing like DoorDash and stuff as much as I don't want to. I've looked into there's some other jobs that I've applied to. There's one in particular that I'd really like, but I don't know. I think the hardest part for me is that like in order for me to be making enough money to like really still be like existing is like I basically needed to have gone to a trade school, and it's like, okay, well, I can't afford like $8,000 right now to sink into that in like 6 months of my time to gain like you know 1,000 hours of whatever
hmm
in order to become a whatever. It's like so all that stuff kind of sucks. So that's one thing I'm thinking about, like maybe trying to do something with involving like a night school or just some other kind of extra extracurricular activity outside of work to try to see what I can do to like better myself in that regard. Because like this situation, it just sucks because it's like
Right.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do really. But anyway, all that aside, GDQ was last week, so I benefit of not having a job. I get to watch as much of that as possible. For those of you who don't know, Games Done Quick, it's a charity marathon speedrunning thing. It's 24/7. It's for a full week. I wasn't really able to donate a whole lot this time around because I don't have a job. I don't have an income. Uh, but it was still fun to watch
Yeah.
and enjoy. So that was a good time. It was basically on the TV pretty much all hours of the night and day. So that was a good time. And This time's also been really good. Been able to do some stuff with. I know my room doesn't really look particularly changed, but I have been like going through all of my collections and tabulating them and everything. Kind of actually logging every game I have. So many of them. So many games I didn't have logged
Yep.
because I just got kind of lazy with it. I just hadn't updated any of my like tracking stuff for so long, but
Yeah. Once you
getting
update
that
it,
all.
you gotta stay on it. So
Yeah, gotta stay on it
because
now.
it's so much
So
easier once you just. All right, I bought one game. Now I just add to one game.
right, exactly.
But
Yeah, and
yeah,
my local GameStops are all closed now. So I mean, not that I was using them super frequently.
yeah.
I'd use them on occasion,
F
but
games.
all my local ones are shut down, closed, shuttered. They're gone now.
Yeah,
So
most of
can't
them
buy any
aren't
used
too.
games there. Love it. Love
But
that for me.
like it was like when I would walk into a GameStop, it actually would like suck my energy. It was
It's
like
pretty bad.
it
Yeah.
wasn't even like it's not a store that's fun to go into and browse anymore. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
a miserable collection of like what they have, and then it's like mostly merchandise, and like it doesn't
and the
get
merch.
all the new releases. It's just like you have to pre-order it in order for it to be there. You know?
Yeah, the merch offerings were also like pathetic too.
Yeah.
Like, it was like it. So when they first started putting merch in there, this is like 2019 ish. It was like a I loved going in there. Like I had a really good relationship with my local store manager. She was just like super nice, and like we would sometimes we would just like sit around and talk for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like super personable. But I think some stuff went down with her during COVID. Like I don't know if they were like siphoning money or something. I don't really know what happened. She just disappeared.
Awesome.
And I asked some employees about it, and they were like, "We can't talk about it."
They
I was
said
like,
who?
"Okay."
We've never
Yeah,
heard of
they
that
said
person.
she's like a phantom entity that was existing only for me when I
You
was in
come
the
to
store.
find out that she never did exist. Yeah.
She was never there.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
so
like Alec, you used to come into the store and talk to yourself for
yeah, it
like a
was
half an
weird.
hour.
You were the crazy guy. You worked here at one point before we fired you.
It's
Remember?
like Joker flashback to all the different scenes where you thought someone was there and it's not. Yeah.
um,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
they used to
I
have
don't know.
like obscure anime stuff in there. I remember like getting some like there's some like uh questionably like uh very on the weeby side of things. So maybe I'll just go that far to the point of like there's a big question mark that they have this in GameStop because like most people if they're buying something like this might be a little bit embarrassed, but I was like hell yeah, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna buy this.
Hmm.
Let's go. um until like all of a sudden like maybe like a year or two ago, it was like, oh, it's all just the shonen battle anime stuff. I'm like, okay, I mean, like I like Jujutsu Kaisen, but I don't care about buying prize figures. Like I don't care about any of that stuff. So like all that's all they had for merch. Like I'd get Pokemon plushes because I love me some Pokemon plushes, but that's about that's about it for the merch is all I get in there. And then like and then yeah, then it was kind of the sad state of sometimes you get really lucky and find some like, whoa, this is like a game I've been looking for. It's kind of obscure or it's kind of unusual find to find here. That happened occasionally, especially when they were doing their like they used to have like a buy it was like a buy two games get two like they did some like kind of wild sales sometimes. Like it was like get oh I think it was buy two get one free basically for like any games under a certain price.
Hmm.
So and then that would like expand too. So you could like buy 5 games, get 2 free or something like that. Like basically stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. If there's any used games, I could get stuff on the like super cheap and then also get like free games in there too. So um but yeah, is no more. I
Well, it's
can't I think the closest game stuff to me now is probably like over an hour away. Easily over an hour away.
yeah, I think there's
So
still one close to me, but the others closed. But I already was like, I'm never going to GameStop again.
yeah.
Um,
I just had too many good memories
The
about that
the
store.
most
Like
recent
I just
time was Tears of the Kingdom because they, were one of the
oh, they did a launch there.
yeah, one
That
of
was
the
like
few ones that do the midnight
yeah.
launch and stuff.
That that was one of the last I think that might be the last good memory that I have at that GameStop. Because I remember there was one time I was there, I remember, like, I think I mean, I saw him in there a lot afterwards, but there was, like, one guy, who, like, he did something kinda, like, I don't know, he was doing something weird where he was, like, swapping where I basically was like, "Ah, I don't really want that game." Like, I was like, "Oh, does that not have the box?" Like, "That's fine, I don't need that game then." And he, like, did some, like, weird thing where he was, like, switching out, the insert and, like, putting it into a new thing, and then I was like, "But that's not the original insert, and I don't really want that because that's not that box." So I was just kinda like, "Nah, man, you don't have to do that." And he's like, "Well, I changed it all over for you." And I was like, I've said, like, 3 times now, I don't want it." And he's like, "I'm just trying to help you out, man." And then he got all pussy. I was like, "I don't want it." I raised my voice. It's the first time I've ever raised my voice. I felt kinda bad about it. But I was like, "I don't want the
Mm,
game. How many times do I have to say it? I don't want it." And then was like, "Oh, fine." And he got all in a
oh,
huff, and I
fine.
was like,
Do you want to pre-order one of these games? Here's the upcoming.
he didn't do that. He was smart enough not to do that at least. So
It's funny because GameStop has had a bad rap for as long as we've been in the gaming
they
community,
have.
the entire duration.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
And hey, I worked at it for 3 months during
right.
that period of time. 2016 to 2017. I worked for, like, 3 months for GameStop.
But there was,
It sucked.
it was the fact that for a lot of people, that's like all they had, especially
Yeah.
early on when there was not as much online. It
Mhm.
wasn't just like, well, you can get anything online easily and get it within a couple of days. It's
Right.
like, it was like by necessity, and these are our gripes with it because we have to deal with it. So you'd have the
Mhm.
annoying, like, new games that aren't new, they're just, you know,
Yeah.
and they put the sticker on it and all this stuff.
The sticker. I always loved the policy that thankfully I was never told to follow, but it was the one where it's like, "Oh, in order to make it new, you put the little sticker on the opening of the case to make it so that it's a sealed game." And I'm like, "Okay, but you just like ruining the case because that sticker is has
Yeah,
the worst glue on it. You
right.
like can't get it
I
off."
still have old games like from old systems from GameStop that still have the stickers on them that I do not want to have to deal with taking them off.
This is an empty box that I just haven't gotten rid of, but this was during my last purchase at this GameStop was the Silux amiibo. I don't even have it in here anymore. Is the Silux amiibo is one of the last things I bought at a GameStop for Metroid Prime 4
hmm
Beyond.
That's the new GameStop stickers. But
Yeah, one of the new ones. Yeah, yeah. It was $30 for an amiibo. You believe that? I can't.
I sent Thanos the Scooby Doo Mystery Mayhem on GameCube, and
Okay.
it still had the used sticker on it for like I think $30 maybe.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, I remember I sent you for it was during the old Secret Santa things. I left a sticker because I get you Dead or Alive Extreme 2.
hmm
I remember I the sticker on it had when I bought it, it was not as expensive, but I found underneath older stickers. I was like, man, somebody paid $29.99 for this game back in the day.
yeah.
So I threw that in there. I was like, check it out. $29.99.
But yeah, at the same time, rest in peace, GameStop. Pretty much, he's
Yeah,
still
I
out
mean,
there, but
it's they basically they're closing a bunch of locations this year. They're
Re-
trying to like
Reggie didn't do anything for.
no, well, he was there for as like a consultant for like 6 months or
Yeah, I
something, and
know. But some consulting he did
yeah, well,
brought the company down.
he was probably just like, yeah, you guys are a lost cause.
uh,
Well, I mean,
we
then that
deserve
CEO
we deserved better. If I'm being honest, we did as
oh, we definitely
gamers.
deserve better. Yeah, we definitely deserve better.
I It's like what comes after GameStop? Is there anything? Is it just now online? There's no. It's just only
Yeah,
the
because
mom and
like
pop retro game stores you can find.
I think that's kind of it now. Like because like Walmart still has some offerings. Walmart's
Yeah, it's
usually
just like
actually
yeah, Best
they'll
Buy.
like Best Buy depends on where you are. My Best Buy has been awful for like a long time. my target is also very hit or miss, because there are
Yeah,
some
yeah.
times where I'm like, this has looked the exact same
Yeah,
since the store opened. I'm like, the PlayStation offerings at this store, it's like the same. It's all the same PS5 games that when they opened, I swear.
yeah, the inventory is
And I'm
rough
like,
on some of those too. Yeah, you'll have a
yeah,
lot of empty spots. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, those like there's games offered in these big stores, but it's not. Yeah, there's nothing that's. Let me
hmm
go to this game store and look around. It's like only if
yeah,
you're lucky to have a little retro game store near you. That's and that if it's lucky enough to be one that's priced well, because
yeah,
there've been plenty of retro game stores I go in and it's like, well, just on site, I'm like, okay, I'll walk right on out because
hmm
it's like 5 times what I should be paying. So
yeah. I mean,
it's
hey,
hard to win there.
when me you went retro game hunting, there were some games that like I know I had definitely overpaid for Sonic Adventure. Remember going in there and getting that, but like, man, it was just the experience of being
Yeah, it
there.
was that.
It
And
was
that
like
was a nice one.
it felt nice. Yeah, that was a nice one.
It weren't like
So,
crazy prices for the most part.
yeah,
So
almost no GameCube games, but
yeah, and that's the thing. Anywhere, I've been to a
yeah,
few since that they have a select. They may have like a little shelf, but you're gonna be paying a lot. It's like, and
mm,
I like collecting any GameCube games that I don't have, but it's like, am I really gonna pay like $30 for a licensed game that I don't have? It's like I'm not gonna be able to
and,
come away with a haul of GameCube games. It's like
and
you can afford one. Yeah.
yeah, MVP Baseball 2005. That's what I'm on the hunt for a copy of that at some point, because that's after the Red Sox won the World Series that year.
hmm
I think that's generally regarded as like one of the best baseball games ever
I
made.
don't even like the Boston Red
Yeah,
Sox.
I even like the
It's
Bastards.
the Houston
Got a little
Astros,
D.
baby.
Yeah. Um. So, but I mean, other than life coming at you fast as so it were, it's I'm still doing okay. I'm hanging in there. It's not easy. It's not fun. I don't love it.
hmm
Uh, but I don't know. I don't know. I still feel hope for this year, I
For
guess.
the
That's good.
world.
So that hasn't been crushed entirely yet. That's a good thing.
All right.
Um,
I'm here to do that on this next backlog challenge, though.
that's right,
Once
because we
that,
got something coming up for you all in regards to
I know.
that.
I wish
So,
we could unveil it this evening, but we need a little bit more time for it to cook. So we're gonna start the next challenge February,
mm,
and it'll run throughout the year. That one should be a lot more. Pretty much like I'm using that as my basis for like my backlog for the entire year because it's a lot more
yeah,
flexible. You can do almost any kinds of games you're looking to play. It's not like, well, I have this set of lists, this set list of games, and if it's not on that list, then it's not going to be for that challenge,
hmm
So it's gonna be fun, that one. But first, we need
yeah. It's gonna be
to,
very
yes,
different than the one we did this year, but we're
very
about to get
different,
into.
much more
So,
fleshed out, exhilarating,
yeah,
erotic, everything you want it to be.
no, that's optional, but yeah.
So we're gonna finish out this challenge here. Last time we did an update was a few months ago. The score was 5-2. All right, and we have to announce who is Tarqaron's best gamer, right?
Who is Tarkaron's best
Yeah.
gamer? Indeed. We will say the final score of this was okay. It's Zach. Zach is
I'm
Tarkaron's best
Tarqaron's
gamer.
best
The final,
gamer,
yeah, right there. It's announced right there, right in
and
plain
I didn't know the
text.
Blasty Awards got their hands on this and funded
They
this.
did,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
They did. They funded it. Yeah, they got involved in it.
That's right. If
The
you
Blastios are.
recall, we said ahead of time the winner will receive a trophy from the loser. It was a hard
Mhm,
fought battle early on in the year. It was like this is about to be a knockout, a TKO, if you will. You
mm.
know, if we had a mercy rule, it was about to go into effect. I thought, but you pushed me to the limit, and
I
I had to
did.
do a
So
last minute thing. I did not expect to play the last game I played. So
yeah, so we did a I mean, it was very close all the way to the end. We I was honorable about it. I wasn't like concealing like how many points I had towards the end.
Right.
which definitely I probably affected the ending. We probably wouldn't. We might have tied if
Well, I
that had
was
been the
keeping
case.
my eye
I don't
on
know.
you too, to be fair,
Yeah,
because I could see you
yeah,
playing. I was like, oh, he's hopping on Stray now. Like once I
yeah,
saw you on Stray, I was like, all right, I need to.
yeah,
I don't want to do a tie. I don't want to have to do a
yeah.
tiebreaker and push back the next challenge. Let me just. I want to win outright. So that was at that point. I just grinded to finish my last game. So that was it.
So
So
it ended up final score ended up being 9-8,
nine
which
to
is
eight.
crazy how
Yes,
close it ended up being there at the end. So
considering like there was a deficit there. But what happened was is I felt myself let my foot off the gas a little bit because
you
I was
did.
like I got this I think comfortably. I also planned on I was like I'm gonna finish Nino Cooney after that challenge and then I have this lined up. It's wrapped up and then that didn't exactly work out. And then I saw the games coming in that you were finishing and I was like okay. I knew before you even played Astrobot that was gonna be what's next. That was a 2-pointer that I gave you.
Mm.
So that really pushed the numbers against me. So I was like, all right, I got to scramble here. And so my last
Well, I
minute game was Resident Evil 4, which I didn't plan on playing at all. I was like, I'm satisfied if I get Horizon done in time. But then I was like, I don't have to deal with the tiebreaker because honestly, we already said we were gonna play Clair Obscure the first month of this year,
Mhm.
and so it was like maybe we would be like whoever beats that first, but I didn't want to have to race in that game. Or
Yeah.
if it was a runoff, like whoever beat the next game outside of that, then it might push back our other challenge. So it was like, let me just win. I can't
Let
let
me
it
just
slip through
win.
my grasp like that.
Well, yeah. So I think it was on New Year's Eve is when you told me that, or it might have been the day before. Might have been the eve of New Year's Eve. I don't remember. But I was down in Virginia, so I was basically I was fired like the week before, like probably 3 days before I was driving down to Virginia to see to see my folks. So it was
Hmm.
like, oh, that's lovely. I love that for me. Um, and then I ended up spending more like 10 days down there. I stayed through New Year's. I drove back on New Year's Day. Um, so Yeah, so but while I went down there, I was like, okay, well, these are the games that I know I'm gonna be able to beat while I'm down there. So I specifically brought Astrobot and Stray because I was like, I know I can beat these games. Stellar Blade would be a little bit more of a struggle, I think, if I was like really trying to put into it. I know it's not a super long game, but like I don't really want to rush it. And also I don't know if I will have the time. Um, but I mean, I had the time to practically complete Astrobot while I was down there, and Astrobot itself isn't super long. I didn't end up completing it. I did that, but back after I got home here. And Stray, I was able to beat that probably like on the probably on the 29th or the 30th. I don't remember, but yeah, basically when you messaged me, you were like, "Yeah, I just beat Resident Evil 4." I was like, "Yep, you win." I was like, "There's nothing I can do. I don't have any games left here like
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking.
that I could
I
beat."
was racking my brain like, what other games are on your list? I think Stray is the last one that you could really get out there, and after that, it's not going to be one you can sneak another point in. So I was like, I just need
No.
to push it,
Hmm.
and so I got my little stack of my winning stack here.
The
By the
winning
way,
stack. Hmm.
like this next challenge is about to blow this whole thing out of the water. Like it's gonna be way more than this,
Yeah,
right?
I hope so. I mean, I hope so.
Because
I hope so for me too.
because like well, we can't really go too much detail, but
Yeah.
here are the games that I beat. Ukulele, which I don't own physically. Then I got The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. That was a fairly short one. Skies of Arcadia Legends, which was the one I had one game where I just let my brother pick, and that ended up on the Gents Challenge. Um, I got Life is Strange 2, which I thought was shorter than it actually was. Then Call of Duty Modern Warfare was the one I played because I had started playing Horizon Zero Dawn,
Hmm.
And it was like, I don't know if I'm feeling it too much right now, so I stopped playing. It was like, let me make sure I get this point because this is going to be a guaranteed point right there. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But then
How was that, by the way?
I I enjoyed it. You know, it's like
Hmm.
standard Call. No one talks about this Call of Duty game, 2019 Modern Warfare, but I enjoy
I
most Call of Duties. I think just
It's interesting because I think the reception to that game was fairly positive when it came out, and then like Modern Warfare 2 with the Roman numeral 2
yeah.
came out, and I remember the memes about that game were like through the roof. I remember there was like the ghost reaction face
Hmm.
was like a big thing.
I'm way behind
Uh,
on the Call of Duty meta.
and then
Hmm.
and then Modern Warfare 3 was just like everyone was clowning on that game because it was like one of the worst things that Activision's ever put out,
Sure, I
basically.
don't even know that.
Um, yeah.
But like I haven't done the multiplayer and stuff. There's Spec Ops on this, which is I love that. So which I want to play those. But there's a fun like there's some fun cool like actually pretty powerful like scenes in the campaign. They're pretty cool, like some flashback scenes and stuff. Some pretty inspired stuff, I think. But Horizon Zero Dawn, it was like as I was realizing how many points you have like about to come, I was like, I need to go back. I need to finish this, so I did that. This is the game that Rusty gave me this
Mm,
um years ago for one of the Tarqaron Cross Brothers gift exchanges. So I'm gonna
yeah.
beat that. And then last minute, yeah, Resident Evil 4, which I did not plan to play at all. Um, but I love this. I
Yeah.
really love. It's pretty much
It's
everything I was
it's
hoping for because when I played Resident Evil 4 the previous year,
mhm.
I enjoyed it, but I was like, it's missing, some polish that I think it's hard. It's a little more rough around the edges to go back to now. So I was like, with a little more polish and refine a couple things, it would be like a perfect game. So, and Resident Evil 4, the remake does that pretty much.
It's practically a perfect game. It is legitimately that good. The remake is like a close to perfect game was remade, and they remade it into close to a perfect game again. Like they're both very valid for existing, and
Yeah.
I loved the remake so much. It's so good.
The
Um,
funniest thing to me is that the shopkeep guy
mhm.
and how he's just like in these places, like he's set up shop wherever.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's a weird thing. It's like whenever you see that light, it's like you get a little sigh of relief. It's like a
Yeah,
little
just like, oh, good.
safety blanket. It's like
Yeah.
let this guy come with me. Why doesn't he help me out? Like there's there's some crazy thing going on just over next
Yeah,
door.
just yeah, there's just like brother, 2 doors down, there's like they're
The
sacrificing a person. Can you
funniest
help
one
me?
is like in that what's it, like a hospital? The like what is it? It's like a lab,
Oh,
like
in the
a
ca Oh, in the castle. Yeah, yeah, or there's a lab in the castle. Or not the castle, the island. There's a lab, and he's just,
he's
like,
just
sitting
in
outside of
there.
it.
He's like in the
Yeah,
no, the
he's just
one
there.
where he's in the thick of the building. I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah,
what it
okay.
was.
Yeah, I know.
But he's just in there. I'm like, I was
He's
just
just
like
there. He's, "Hey, what's up?"
running down the hallways from these monsters a second ago.
Yeah, "Hey, what's up?"
But it's like a really
"What, are
good.
you
Like I made
blind?"
sure I wanted to get in there, so I had my headphones on, get in
Mm,
there. It's very good with setting the tone and putting you on
mm,
edge. Very uncomfortable at times, but yeah, it's a fun time. So I mean, of these games, it's easily my favorite. Horizon Zero Dawn, I did really enjoy too. Though for the nature of this, I basically put all the side quests, just stacked them up. I have them all waiting to be done still, for the most part.
yeah,
And so there's still a lot more that I didn't get to do in that game. But I still think it's just such a cool concept of
mm,
like it's like this hunter gatherer meets futuristic robot. Like it's pretty cool. I like that idea. It's inspired and it's got a nice story to it.
yeah.
And
Everyone knows the story of that, like, of how, of how that studio was like pitching their next game, um, and like how they're just like, like name off some ideas. It's like, well, we'll do this, do this, do this, and they're like, all right, well, like then we just decided to pick like the wildest one, the one that would like be the most out there, the most like difficult to like really push ourselves, and of course they chose that, and it's like, yeah, and it's become a huge touchstone for Sony.
Yeah,
So
but
good for
it's cool.
them.
It feels very like well thought out. You know, the world's like a
Mhm.
believable world with like the different culture mixed into it. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'd say I enjoyed all these except for Walking Dead: New Frontier is easily the weakest one. It's
yeah. I've
just
heard people say that one's like that particular season is kind of eh.
yeah. And I had started the Walking Dead the last season, and I fully intended to finish that last year. Of course, that
Hmm.
fell out of it, but
Did not come to pass. Yeah, I don't have quite as illustrative. I
oh, and
should have thought of
Ukulele.
that
Forgot
before
about
because I've done.
Ukulele.
Yeah, right,
It's right
right. You
there
said that
with
earlier.
Walking Dead though. It's the weakest.
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
comparable.
Um, yeah. So I don't have a full stack. I do have like a couple games. These are the Gents Challenge games that I still have here, but they were both on my list, so I can have those at least for illustration. We have Sea of Stars. I have the Japanese collector's edition here, of that. I love that art a lot, so I wanted to get
Mm-hmm.
that, and it has the soundtrack too, which is a phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then Record of Lodos War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. So that was another solid little game, not a particularly long game, but it was a good time. I actually kind of was getting inspired. I was sort of looking into trying to learn how to speed run that, because it's not a particularly long game. Um, the movement tech is going to be the big, learning that game is going to take some time. So probably, so maybe not. I won't say probably not, but maybe not starting with that one. But I'll look into. So I want to just try to like figure out like what's a nice beginner speedrun game. That's probably not one of them. I could probably find plenty of resources for that elsewhere, but that's all an aside. So those were two games on my list that I beat. I also beat Bloodborne much earlier in the year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I beat that before I went down to see my folks. So that was a big game that was sort of looming on
I was like, if he doesn't
looming down my
finish the
neck.
game, yeah, for a
Yeah,
while, it was like questionable.
that was the one I was like determined. I was like, I'm going to beat this before I go down to Virginia. I was like, that's it. That's I have to do that. Um, so I was able to get that done. That's
Your deadline to beat
uh,
that game was like March, wasn't it? That's what you set. Like,
yeah. Originally, my set deadline to it was that. I'm actually kind of glad I gave it some space. I do wish that when I kind of returned to it back in like April, May, when I was sort of playing it a little bit more again, I kind of wish I'd finished it then, but I'm glad I still gave the game the space uh, that it deserved. And That's like one of my favorite games like ever now. It's like it's so good. So I was very happy to have that finally listed as complete. And then as we mentioned before, Astrobot and Stray, my other two games that I was able to
yes.
beat.
So I haven't gotten your thoughts on those yet. Astrobot.
Um, yeah, so Astrobot was phenomenal. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal game. It
Astrobot.
that Astrobot. I'm out. I've 100% of that game. Got all the trophies, all the little collectibles,
Mm-hmm.
including all the DLC trophies that came out, like the holiday one. That was really fun to play around Christmas. Just playing
Yeah, I still would like to go
that
back
stuff.
to that because I never 100%ed it to begin with, and then yeah, I didn't do any DLC.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I also got horribly sick at Christmas. I guess I didn't mention that either. I've been like I get something. I get some stomach bug of some kind on Christmas Day. That knocked me out for that day, and then the next 2 days I wasn't doing so hot. So that was also nice added wrinkle, a nice little way to end the year. Just get sick and be miserable. So, but I was still able to beat the games, so able to get all that in, and also 100% Majora's Mask in the same period of time. So, so I played through all of Majora's Mask and 100% of that game
Hmm.
as well. And now I'm working on doing the same thing with Paper Mario just for fun. Um, so, but yeah, so
Stray.
Astrobot,
Tell me about Stray.
fantastic. Stray, I
I
is
haven't
really
played it.
interesting. So like I don't. It's hard to come up with a specific thing that like I didn't like about it, but like but I wouldn't like put it on like the highest echelon ever.
Hmm.
Um, I found it's I'm sure you probably heard this before. Going into the game, it's not necessarily what you're expecting, but what it presents you with is always basically every little turn and twist that the game gives you. I just found myself like just delighted, like
Hmm.
just really falling in love with this world and this concept.
I mean, I have
And
no idea. All I know is a cat. That's literally all I know.
it's a
So
cat, yeah. I want to say you probably will have no idea what the game is going to throw you. If that's all you know about it, I'm not going to. I'll try not to say anything more about it. But I really like just the general puzzle solving. There's little like stealth sections that I think work really well. And yeah, overall, it was a delightful little game, and I uh, appreciated all the little attention to detail in terms of just like the way the cat moved, the way the cat reacted to stuff. Um, yeah, but just the general world building and the lore of what's going on in the world is just it really I really liked it a lot. Like I think probably some people might be a little like confused or maybe let down by a lot of it, but or just kind of like, oh, that wasn't what I was expecting. But like I really was here for it and I really liked it a lot. Um and yeah, and it has a like a kind of a touching little ending, and I yeah, I was very satisfied by the end of the game. I really liked it, and I'm was glad to see that it got the recognition it deserved towards the end of the year that year when it came out. It was like winning awards and stuff. So um yeah, I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's uh one thing when I was trying to because I went back and I was like, yeah, let's see about like doing like getting all the platinum in this. One thing I didn't really like about that was discovering that, there's certain segments where you just have to, like, run and, like, avoid, getting hit,
hmm.
but that's the thing. The trophy is specifically for during one of these segments, the first one of these, don't get hit. It's only about a minute and a half, but all of the enemy placement is RNG, which means that you're going to get hit and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Hmm.
So it's like, so that was a very I'd probably spent like 45 minutes on just trying to get that trophy alone, and I'm lucky. I was reading on Reddit, some people have been like, "I've been working on this for like 5 hours and I haven't had any luck." I'm like,
5 years.
"Okay, great. That's awesome. That's great. Glad we glad we decided to program it that way, guys." Um, there's that, and then there's another trophy that's gonna be like beating the whole game in like under 2 hours, and I'm like, okay, that's definitely doable, but that's gonna take a lot of really precise timing.
Wow. Okay, they
So
got some weird ones in there, huh?
mm, yeah, definitely doable, but I might hold pause on that for a little bit. We'll see.
What's the best game you beat for this challenge?
That's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
that
mean,
good.
Astrobot is a really close second there, um, for sure. Because like Astrobot is just like everything that you've ever loved and appreciated about PlayStation games is in Astrobot. Whether you know it or not, everything that you've
Hmm.
ever loved about playing video games is in Astrobot. It is like childhood joy distilled. there's of course all the character representation, all the different franchises and things, and there's really obscure stuff in there, like really obscure. There's like Japanese only releases. I think like Mr. Mosquito is like referenced in there. The game, that's the Japanese game where you, I don't remember if it got released here or not, but it's the PS2 game where you fly around as a mosquito and you're trying to suck a family's blood, and that's without getting
Mm-hmm.
hit.
Yep.
That's represented in this game,
Without getting
with
hit
like
in
one
the
of the little
first
things.
try.
No, there's nothing like that. No, it's like it's one of the little like the little Astrobot people. I'm pretty sure is a
Yeah.
Mr. Mosquito reference. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But there's like a bunch of random, just so much random stuff
Yeah,
that
the
I was
deep
like, I don't know
cuts.
what this is. I'd like look it up,
Yeah.
and it was like it's a Japanese only release in like 2006 on the PSP, and I'm like, what? Okay, sure. I'm like, that's really fun. So it's like you got all your deep cuts and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like it's just a really well made, really brilliantly designed platformer that um that just like excels at everything it sets out to do. It excels as a nostalgia trip down memory lane for PlayStation fans. It excels at being really clearly very inspired by games like Mario Odyssey and 3D World.
And
And
it's the only game to
but
really rival Nintendo for long, like the last several
yeah,
decades, you know?
yeah, and it does like it gives you all, it kind of gives you what you want from a Mario game. It's like it's to get to the end is like it's not too much of an ask, but like the challenge levels are pretty challenging. It's not gonna, maybe they're not quite maybe as hard as some of the hardest Mario levels ever, but they're still pretty hard.
Yeah.
And but they're fun. They're still fun at the end of the day, and that's what you want. When you're being challenged, you still want to be having fun. So, uh, yeah, I was they're great. I love Astrobot, and I hope that franchise continues to just be a delight
Yeah, I
for
do
the
wonder what the
rest of.
future of Astrobot holds, though, because this one did really go all out with having all of the Easter eggs in there. You know, they didn't really hold
Yeah.
anything back, so it's like, will they still have that? Like, will it just be finding these guys again as another
Hmm.
element? Like, because I don't think there's really characters they didn't do. That
Yeah, I mean, like even some of the like characters they didn't have on there, they were brought back in the DLC.
hmm
Like Cloud and Sephiroth both showed up in the DLC because they were like the big notable ones. Because like obviously Final Fantasy VII is extremely tied into the PlayStation's like success as a console,
Yeah.
particularly with like the burgeoning RPG genre. It had obviously been around for a long time, but that caused it to just explode around the world. So it's like clearly Final Fantasy VII is very important for PlayStation as a whole, and that wasn't in the base game. Probably Square was just like, we have some other games represented in there. It's fine. And
They're
but then
gonna start. They're gonna
they
start
righted it
going off
wrong.
the rails, like Smash Bros. Style, like getting some other. You're gonna get the other companies outside of PlayStation. You know.
Get like Master Chief in there.
Yeah.
Master Chief, hey,
Well, Master Chief. Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna be
already coming over.
he's coming to PlayStation this
It's
year.
not hard
And
to get
so
that guy anymore. You
yeah.
know, you just pass him a couple dollars. But
um.
what's
So yeah.
the worst game you played for this
The
challenge?
worst the worst game I
They all
played.
good games, right?
They were all really good
Mhm.
games.
I had more stinkers or more inconsistent games.
Yeah. If I'd gotten around to ukulele, I probably would have said that. Even if I'd liked it, I probably would have said that.
Yeah.
I think I have to say Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth. And
hmm
if there's really not a slight to the game, I would say really it's only, I would say some of its only weakness is that like it's maybe just a little too short. Like I was actually surprised at how contained it was, but I don't even know if that's a weakness really, because like I kind of appreciated the fact that it didn't really feel like overstaying its welcome. It was kind of in and out. It's like, yeah, we're telling the little story that we want to tell in this
Yeah.
world, and here's a bunch of difficult bosses to fight, and there you go.
But you got to think
Me,
about the company that it's keeping. I mean, we got Astrobot, Stray,
yeah,
um, Final Fantasy, Bloodborne, Sea of Stars.
yeah, Bloodborne, yeah, Bloodborne is like an all timer. That's like top 10 game for me probably now. Like I honestly 7 Rebirth is like right up there too. Like it's
Hmm.
and Astrobot is like nothing, no sneezing at Astrobot because Astrobot was a phenomenal game. So I did kind of have a really the real pick of the
Yeah.
crop there. It's pretty delightful. And Sea of Stars was great. It was a great game. I think I had some issues with it, but there's no denying that it was a great game. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It'll be much more interesting to see when this surely a much wider selection for this next challenge, um,
I
and
think
see
so.
what we come back with. Like, it's some fun stuff. I wish we could talk about it more now, but um, basically a month from now you'll hear about it. And just know there's a lot more. There's a lot more elements to it, and gamifying the backlog essentially. So there's a lot more
Mm.
different things, different factors you can think about. You can go about it differently, different strategies, and also it's not just a set list of games. So there's different ways to work in different games. It's less rigid in that
Yep.
way, but there's definite challenges with the mechanics of it. So we'll have a probably pretty big a detailed video talking about it. Just
Yeah.
ironically right around when the next gen challenge will start. So we'll be recording those videos the same night. And,
Mm.
and whereas in this challenge, like the gens challenge, it was kind of luck. Whether you got a game that got you more or less points and stuff like that. It's less. It's gonna have less of a factor in the next challenge. Do you have any regrets about how you played this challenge, where you could have made up some points? You're 1 point
Yeah. I mean,
short.
I had the great misfortune of having to move during a lot of this, so it's like a lot of my collection was just like being packed up and moved around, and then it took a little time for me to get it all unboxed and everything. Um, that being said, I still do kind of wish that like I said, I wish I'd beaten Rebirth earlier in the year, just so I didn't have that looming over me through
Hmm.
most of the basically the whole run of the year. I pretty much started in January and then didn't beat it till like middle of December and towards the end of December. So it's like it took me a whole year to beat that. It probably shouldn't have. I probably should have spent a little bit more time on that. Um, I think that like it's been some time this year. I think I spent way like I've did more like extended game sessions than I have probably done in like a very long time. Like I haven't really done long extended game sessions nearly as much as I did like when I was like in college or outside college, but like this year I was doing them a lot. And a lot of that was maybe just to make up time during the week where I hadn't been playing. So I kind of wish that I had found maybe a little bit more time here and there to just like like an hour in this game here, put an hour in this game there, rather than just like marathoning. Um, but to the credit of the games that I was marathoning, Rebirth and Sea of Stars in particular, I was having a wonderful time playing them. So,
Hmm.
so I can't necessarily sit here and say that like I was enjoying them still. So it didn't really ruin my enjoyment of those games. So at least I can say that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I wish I'd been able to like maybe do a little bit more of what I sort of did with Astrobot, where I only played it for like a maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, and that was with all the time in the world. I was down in Virginia. I had some Christmas shopping to do, but other than that, it was just like I don't got nothing going on. I don't have a job to worry about. I don't have really a whole lot to really think about. So
But you could have made up a couple points because early on in the year there was a Gens challenge where you had a lot of games that weren't on this challenge in there, and they kind of came
yeah,
in, and that
that was
that
missing.
made less opportunities for you. There was also one point where you had Mass Effect, Hollow Knight, and you played Hollow Knight, where you could have gotten 2 points in Mass Effect. So it's like
It's true. I could
every
have done that.
decision had a ripple effect. But also, if you had done that, maybe that would have put more pressure on me, and I would have beat another game earlier too. Who knows?
Yeah, hard to say exactly,
But Mass Effect will just
but
never be beaten unless I force you to. Who knows?
it's true. It's true. You could in some form or another, or someone else could too. Because we have Jen's challenges coming up, and
Yeah, but that's never forced. If Mass Effect's on there, you're gonna go with the other game. And the
that's
Just
not
Challenge.
necessarily true. Not necessarily true.
Let's see.
I think it would be, speaking of Jen's challenges. I haven't put forward my my
Right. Well, that's
category. I
the
just
time is
blanked
about
there.
to pass.
I actually just thought about one, which is literally like one for me and one for you, or something. Or I wouldn't know if I would call it that, but like essentially like one really long game and one kind of shorter game, but you have to beat the longer game first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Gotcha.
know if people would go for that one though, because people do like to have at least a little bit of freedom. Because if they're just
Right.
like, I don't like this longer game, I don't want to play it.
Well, you have
So
two
I
and a
guess I
half
failed.
hours to submit that theme
Hmm.
for it to officially be considered. The poll will go up soon after we record this. Obviously, it'll be very dated at this point. It'll already be decided at this point. So,
Right.
yeah, it'll be interesting. So now we look forward. I gotta find a spot for this trophy.
Yeah, you do.
Little
You got to find a
trophy.
nice
This is the kind that I
Tarqaron touch.
wanted
Hmm.
because I think it's just classier. Than like the the stereotypical little two-handle trophy stuff
Yeah,
like that. I don't know.
that one does. I like it. It looks like a professional award. It's like one that they give out like
Yeah.
at like a business. Like they're just
Yeah.
like, and for the best sales on the company of this quarter, here's your trophy.
Yeah, we haven't decided what the prize is for the next challenge, but
No.
we'll see. Gotta think of something saucy. But let's look to the new year. I have a list of games and movies that are coming out. A lot of them are ones I'm looking forward to. I'll also just put some more notable releases that I might not be particularly looking forward to, but worth bringing up. And so I think I'll just go through mine, and then you tell me which ones I missed.
Okay.
First, the games. I put Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 edition plus a free update. And I was thinking maybe it'll get me to go back to the game. But, there's already a lot of content. Like, even the first initial update, I never did anything with. I kind of fell off the wagon. They have, like, crops and stuff in there that they added, like vegetables and...
The new edition, yeah, I will say that the new editions actually look pretty cool, and not even just like the Switch 2 editions. I would say just the new update looked
The
pretty
update was
nice.
where all this stuff was
Yeah.
at. Yeah, it's a nice free
I
update.
will say I'm pretty sure that just dropped literally today. The day we're recording, I think that already dropped today.
Okay,
I
it
think it's
said
supposed to come
January
out. I think
15th for me.
yeah, it was supposed to, but I think it already dropped. I think they like dropped it early.
Okay.
That's what I read that somewhere. I could be wrong, but
But
yeah.
even the Switch 2 edition or just the update, I don't know if they're the same time or not.
I think the I ooh yeah, good question.
I don't really know.
Maybe not the full update. Uh,
I put a
don't know.
couple on this list that aren't like ones I'm going to be jumping on immediately because I have plenty of others in the series to do. But it's
Mhm.
something for me to keep in mind, perhaps in our challenge. So I might want to play previous entries.
Right?
Like Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined comes out February 5th.
Yes. It's coming out real fast here, yeah. Like
And
way earlier
really,
than I thought it was going to.
it's just the fact I have a stack of Dragon Quest games waiting to be played at this point. So I have yet to beat a Dragon Quest game. So maybe I can
Mhm.
work that in this year. Mario Tennis Fever on February 12th. I haven't played the last few Mario Sports games, but I liked the older ones. Resident
This
Evil Requiem, of
yeah,
course.
of course.
Of course, but I have other Resident Evil games I can definitely hit up because I
Yeah,
just
I still have
bought
to
the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes.
oh, okay.
So
Yeah. I still have to play 7 and 8 myself, so
yeah, so it's not like one I'm gonna get, but something to keep in mind. Pokemon Pokopia. It's the cozy the
Yeah,
cozy Pokemon game.
the cozy Pokemon game where you play as a human Ditto.
Ditto, yeah. Kind of weird and kind of here for it. It comes out March 5th. I just wrote this one down because I saw it in the list of games coming out this year. Neopets Mega Minigame Collection coming March 26th. Wow. How about that? I used to be a big Neopets fan as a child. I would play
Hmm.
Neopets online. So I'm just curious, like, is that just generic mini games? I don't know. 007 First Light, May 27th,
This
is the big one
this is
for a lot of
a
people.
big one for me for
Hmm.
sure. I didn't ever really play the Hitman games that the same developers worked on. But I know they're held in extremely high regard. I've watched people, like, I've watched Let's Players play through it. My dad played through some of them too, some of the on the Xbox One, and they're really well made games. They just think of like everything, and I've been really itching for a new James Bond game. I really kind of like what they're going for with this new kind of uh, younger Jimmy Bond. His name's not Jimmy. I'm just saying that.
Yes.
But see, younger James Bond, and I just really like the vibe and the concept, and like them bringing the ideas they had in Hitman, and like bringing that to like the idea of playing as 007. I just think that's really fun and really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to
Hmm.
um, seeing that in action. The gameplay demonstration that they showed off looked really great. I think it looked really fun, and so I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah, that's one of the games I'm looking forward to the most this year.
Jimmy Bond.
So
That's uh, that's where they're making James Bond be played by AI Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Bond.
They brought him back,
Well,
and you'll
yeah,
see him grow up from a high school student all the way to a grown man, and he looks the same the whole time.
I'll take it shaken, not stirred.
Grand Theft Auto 6
Yep, that's
comes
probably
out.
the biggest one, right?
For me, again, that's another one where it's like I keep that in mind because I have the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. I have 4, I have 5, all that I haven't finished. So maybe I'll hit one of those up leading up to it, and that's one where I'm probably not gonna have it immediately, but I'll be interested to hear about it when it comes out in
Hmm.
2028. Those are all the ones that have official dates so far, but I do have ones that are a question mark, not a specific date yet, including Fable, which I'm not gonna buy an Xbox Series X for, but I will be picking it up the following
Oh,
year
why
when it
not?
releases on PlayStation 5. After the exclusive digital exclusive or limited exclusive, you know.
After that runs out, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been, again, that's another one I keep in mind. Like, as much as I love Fable, I never actually beat the first two. I've played and made
Mm.
way into them multiple times and never beat them. And I beat Fable 3 randomly.
Oh,
But
that's the one everyone hates.
but I enjoy it,
Yeah,
Famously, me and Thanos enjoyed that game.
yeah.
You can hold hands in that game. It's got everything.
You can hold
We
hands. It's got everything.
got Marvel's
Okay,
Wolverine. All right.
that's another big one for me. That's another big one for me. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I again, that was another thing where it was like the gameplay demonstration started. I'm like, I'm sold. This is just like everything I would want it to be. It's just like very extremely violent. It's brutal.
Hmm.
It's but like playing as Wolverine should feel that way. It should feel like raw and in your face in that way. And I'm it looks like they're doing a Weapon X story, which that's a really kind of pretty solid story from the comics, to my understanding. Um, and I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it because it looked really good, And Insomniac has shown that they know what they're doing when it comes to superhero stuff. So,
Like so many of these are like there's other ones I could play inspired by them or leading up to them. So like because I still haven't beaten Marvel Spider-Man, so maybe I could play that. Um, and next one, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. I still haven't beaten the Professor Layton
oh,
game. So how about that?
you haven't beaten a single Professor Layton game?
No. I've
Wow,
like
I've done 2 of
restarted
those.
Curious Village so many times. I know the first hour of that game like the back of my hand.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I just never beat it. I played a little bit of one of the other ones. Um, but yeah, I mean, I always really like it. You know, such a fun concept. So maybe this will be what inspires me to start it again.
It's a very charming game series.
One particularly, actually, that I'm looking forward to, Rhythm Heaven Groove. All right, everybody,
Oh,
come on.
New Rhythm
Rhythm
Heaven.
Heaven, I've been wanting for the longest time. Rhythm Heaven Fever is just one of my favorite games. One of my favorite rhythm games easily. It's so good.
Mm.
And so that's great. Along with that, Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream,
Oh
which
yeah.
is another one. I really liked Tamagotchi Life back in 2013, I think, when the first one came out. It's weird. It's just a lot of
It's a very weird.
weird
It's a very
mixed with like
weird.
the life sim type genre, so it was right up my alley. So those two were ones that were announced in that Switch Direct when they did a Switch Direct and Switch 2 Direct. And weirdly, it was like we're announcing Switch games for the following year. Um, but I'll take it. South of Midnight is coming to
Mm.
PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 this year.
Yeah,
That's what I like to
that's
see
good.
because I'm not going to get an Xbox. They're just not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad for that too because I would want to get that on PlayStation. That was a
So I would love to play
that was
that
a
this year if I can.
yeah, I'd really like to as well. I've heard kind of mixed things about the gameplay, but I've heard the story and the vibe overall is just like
Yeah.
immaculate. So
That's all I'm really there for. I don't even know the gameplay that well. I I feel like did Rusty mention that game? Who mentioned that game?
I
Someone mentioned it, maybe something about the combat being not as
yeah
exciting, but yeah.
yeah
Witchbrook. You remember that game? Is
I this game this was that game that was announced like ages and ages ago and that completely disappeared and then it reappeared at like a Nintendo Direct or
yeah,
something, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
then it. I don't know too much about it. It just looks, it's like Stardew Valley art
Mm.
style and some sort of like witch school. It's like love that vibe. So I'm sold. And
Hmm.
then lastly, I have Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. All right. I don't know.
It looks cute. That game looks cute.
Again, it's probably not a game I'll jump on immediately, but any others that I missed? Notable.
So yes, so we have this is another game. This is another one of my top games I'm looking forward to, and that's Pragmata. Capcom's Pragmata,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and that's like the sci-fi game where you were like just like this guy in a huge suit, and you get this little android robot girl that you're taking care of, and that she helps you like defeat the monsters basically. But it's
Sure.
got this absolutely fascinating system where it's like you have to uh like the little girl, I think her name is Diana, she can like hack into the robots to like so that you can damage them, and in order to do that like time like slows down a significant amount because you have to solve like a really you have to solve a
Okay.
puzzle
Hey.
basically. And it just looks awesome. Like it looks so like man, I've never seen a game like do
Mm-hmm.
something like this before. And it just looks really really fun. So cuz it's like it's all this all happening like kind of quick. Actually, I'm not sure if it slows down. It must slow down a little bit at least. You'd think cuz it's like if you got to solve a puzzle, it's not particularly like long or you know, not particularly long puzzle, but yeah, but I mean it looks really fun. It looks really great. The demos came out on PC and everyone's kind of just like fawning over like that it's really enjoyable and the little girl is just she's like completely adorable. Like the game is really like it's a cute little girl. Of course you want to protect her. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's like That's kind of the whole thing. So, yeah, and it's being made in the Resident Evil engine, so you know that the game just looks gorgeous in general. But yeah, it looks fun. I'm really looking forward to that. That's a big game for me. That's probably like top three
Nice. Oh yeah,
for
and I'm
for next
sure
year.
there are plenty of the weird ones like that I've noticed in directs and presentations that I didn't remember just scrolling through by name. So
Yeah.
sorry to them.
There's an indie game, Mouse PI for Hire.
Just like
That's the
that
game
kind
I'm
of
looking
game.
forward to.
Yeah.
So this is like in the style of early like Mickey Mouse cartoons, like the sort of
Yes.
rubber hose
Got
style.
it.
It's,
Love
it's a
it.
first person shooter
Oh.
that's like kind of in that style.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Didn't know about that.
Yep. Yep. That it looks
Sounds
pretty
good.
pretty goofy, pretty fun. Uh,
Goofy or Mickey?
Cool.
Yeah.
Looks like there are some types, some of all those types.
Is Steamboat Willie Mickey in the game? He could be in there.
He could be in there. In theory, he could be there. It's all very true. Yeah, I was trying to look through. Oh, this is one that I forgot about until I was just scrolling through. Is that Mugenics is finally coming out? That's the new Ed McMillan game, the Super Meat Boy uh, uh, creator. That's his new
Sure.
game. I think Mugenics was like originally announced like to be the game after Super Meat Boy, and then it just like languished because
Yeah.
I think they had like ideas for it and they just they couldn't figure out how to do anything with it. And then I think I'm pretty sure like it got canceled, and then I think they started development up again. I think Ed McMillan got the rights to the game all over again. So um I don't know. So I'm just generally interested in that because like I love the Binding of Isaac and I love Super Meat Boy. So I really like Ed McMillan as a game designer. So it's supposed to be like a tactical role playing game, but I think it also has like life sim and roguelike elements too. So at least that's what it's saying here. I'm already intrigued. I didn't even know any of that. I thought it was going to be. I did know. I think there was some stuff with like breeding cats as like an aspect of it. Hence why it's called Mugenics.
Mm.
Uh, because you get that sick Ed McMillan sense of humor. um, in terms of anything else, uh, well, so there's that Marvel 1943 game that was supposed to come out kind of earlier in the year, and then I think it got delayed and is getting like don't really necessarily know when it's going to be coming out. The only problem with that is like you really can't really like don't release that in November. Really don't release that in November because that's when GTA 6 is coming out. So
Yeah. It wants to release anything within like 3 months before or after that game.
yeah. There's also that Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. There's that it's that action RPG that's done in that sort of HD 2D style, the Octopath Traveler style, but it's like
The old guy with the
it's kind of like an
cane?
action game.
Or is that a different
He's an
one?
old guy with a cane. I don't think so.
Okay, maybe it's Goldberg or I don't remember what it was. That
No,
was one of those
Adventures of
ones to
Elliot.
switch.
It's an HD 2D game, so it's a Square Enix in the style of like how Octopath Traveler looks.
Oh,
Um, I think they
okay.
announced it around the same time they announced Octopath Traveler 0, which came
Wow.
out, and I don't know how well that game's doing.
I
But
never heard of this, but as soon as I see that art style, I'm always in. I'm just like, okay, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it looks really good.
What is that game now that I think of it though? The old guy who looks like it's like DuckTales. It looks like DuckTales. That it was
I
like in one of the
yeah, I
directs.
it was, but I don't remember. I can't remember what it's called though. Um, well, there's the Halo. We mentioned it earlier. Halo campaign evolved. I guess I would say I'm mildly interested in that. Some of the stuff I saw about coming out about it, I would kind of make me go, I don't know how I feel so much about that.
It's the
Like
Eternal
the
Life of Goldman. Sorry.
oh, okay, not Goldberg,
Yeah, I don't know
Goldman.
when it releases, but
Um, intention to other Marvel games. So there's 3 Marvel games supposedly coming out this year. There's the Wolverine, Rise of Hydra, but there's also that fighting game, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. That
Sure.
really, really flashy looking Arc System Works game. That looks pretty freaking sweet. Pretty freaking
I'll take your
cool.
word for it.
Pretty flippin' awesome. Phantom Blade Zero
All right, so I got
is coming
everything.
out.
Is what you're trying to tell me. I don't know these
Yeah,
games.
I mean, and those games. So that's one of those games that you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen this like 4 times at other directs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Scott Pilgrim EX. It's a new Scott Pilgrim side-scrolling beat 'em up. That's yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, what's your
I'm
most
looking up.
anticipated game? 2026.
Uh, Probably the 007 game. That's probably my most anticipated, highest anticipated.
Yeah, like honestly, all the
Yeah,
big
First Light.
ones for me are like, the big ones are probably ones I won't be getting immediately. As much as 007 First Light is probably cool, it's probably not one I'll get immediately.
Hmm.
But so it's probably something like one of the weird ones, like Rhythm Heaven Groove, might be my mine. And there's those standards. There's and obviously plenty more that we'll not know of yet. There's gonna be a Pokemon game. There's gonna be maybe there's a Mario game. Who knows? Yeah, I know Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 edition is coming out.
Yeah, there's gonna be some DLC to that.
But
So
how about film? Let's talk about film. I have a list of films both that I'm looking forward to and that are notable releases.
okay,
Um, as you may or may not know, I've been watching a lot of movies. I'm trying to watch. I really pretty much try to keep up with most of the new releases that I can. Uh, Anything that's notable that might be nominated for awards or that a lot of people are going to see. I'm probably going to see them anyway. So there'll be plenty of
hmm,
movies I haven't heard of or I'm not sure of right now that'll come out. But one I forgot to put on here, I forget what it's called, Disclosure, something like that. It's a Steven Spielberg film that has a few people in it, including Coleman Domingo. And
oh,
this is the one I will regret forever because they were filming this like 1 minute, literally 1 minute down the road from my house. And they were
oh,
asking for
geez,
extras, and I had no idea. So I could have been in that movie.
dang,
But
that's crazy.
so I'll be looking out for those scenes in there, see if I can recognize it. Because Coleman Domingo is one of my favorite actors, and Spielberg speaks for himself.
Right?
But yeah, so 28 years later, Bone Temple comes out
What?
2 days from now. Right?
What?
So,
What is this?
28 years later came
Right?
out last year. They announced
They
that,
filmed.
yeah,
They
they did
filmed a
another
second.
one that's like right after. Yeah, in January.
Okay. That's
It's more
crazy.
focused on Rafe Fiennes' character, it seems, from the marketing, which is cool.
Okay.
I watched all the 28 laters for the first time this year.
Did they like? Did they like? I have to assume that they filmed at the same time, right? Like,
Probably,
there's
yeah. I don't
yeah,
know.
like that's wow, that's
I don't know
wild.
the details because I just caught up to watch 28 years later, and it's pretty good. Objectively, it's 20 years later is way better than the other two, like on a technical aspect. It's a
Mm,
very different vibe from the other two, so it makes sense that they now have like a direct sequel to it.
mm.
So I'm still looking forward to it. Wuthering Heights is a movie starring Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie. It's if you watch a trailer, it's like super sexy. That's basically what it is. It's sexy romance Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi.
Right. But in like Victorian,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
it's
I'm
a
like,
it's a
I know
classic love story. Yes, Wuthering
Wuthering
Heights.
Heights was like always maybe a little bit more of the saucier ones of that time period, but it was like
Mm-hmm.
it was also still restrained. So I was kind of like roll my eyes a little bit when I see like the overly sexed up versions of these.
Uh-huh.
So, but I don't know,
I'm
maybe
not
it could be
mad
good.
at it though.
Maybe it could
Uh,
be good.
I don't know if did you see one of the trailers that
I haven't. I think I was actually just like, because I think I was looking up like I was looking up something. It came up in conversation when I was like D&D, like after D&D with my friend group, or Pathfinder rather, instead of D&D. But yeah, we were talking about that came up somehow in conversation. I think we were talking about like upcoming movies, and that was one of them. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know they were doing an adaptation of Wuthering Heights. I was like, Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie. That's okay.
mhm.
Sure, Jacob Elordi's kind of hot right now, so
Well, they're
coming
both
off
hot,
Frankenstein.
right? That's what the point is. Wuthering Heights is just watch. I want to see if I can find the specific trailer because there's one that was like I thought it was a genuinely like really well done trailer, but it's like super sexed up, like, and
Mm.
the music just ties into it. Hoppers, everybody! Hoppers is coming March
I this
6th.
I'm pretty excited for this actually.
I don't know
This get
how to feel about it. Honestly, I'm not sure.
so the thing that I really like about this is this is the animated. This is a Pixar film coming
Hmm.
out. The thing that excites me about it is that it's weird, and to me, like it's the same energy, and the reason to which being it's the exact same like person, like the same director who created the show We Bare Bears,
Hmm.
which is a pretty fun, kind of goofy, wacky Cartoon Network show in kind of the 2010s. And it's like the same sort of vibe in terms of like the energy and the humor.
Hmm.
And I think that show is very charming and very fun. And that kind of energy hasn't really been in a Pixar film before. So that I'm kind of looking forward to it for that reason, where I was like, that's fun because it's like I think it's still appealing to the same sort of target audiences that most Pixar films are, but it's doing something that's a little different and outside the box in terms of what they typically do. And hey, if it doesn't do well, they got a Toy Story movie coming out later this year after that. So, you know, they can save
Hmm.
money at the box office. They'll make probably $1 billion at the box office with that. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Also on March 6th, we have The Bride!
This
Exclamation
looks really
mark.
bad. I think this looks terrible. I was really sad because when I heard about the concept, I was like, "Oh, I'm really interested in that." And I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh, that looks really bad. I don't want to see that."
Right. I mean, I don't have a particular
Yeah.
interest in it, but I love Jessie Buckley. I just having seen her in Hamnet now, I'm like, wow, okay. I just need to
Mhm.
see what she's doing next. That's what she's doing next. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie comes out April 3rd.
I'm pumped. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
Love me some Mario
should be
Galaxy.
good. Hopefully we're playing. Hopefully we play Mario Galaxy 2 at some point. Yeah,
We'll be doing that pretty soon, I think. I hope.
yeah.
Some point. Some point coming up soon.
Should be good. The
Yeah.
also April 3rd is the drama. This is the next Zendaya movie with Robert Pattinson. All right.
Oh,
So it's just I think it's them
interesting.
as a couple. I think that's basically what it is. So I don't know what happens, but I mean that's really all I need.
It's called The Drama.
The drama.
The Drama.
Hmm.
Okay, sure. That's
Uh,
very okay.
yeah. April 10th. This is a movie I just discovered existed. You, Me, and Tuscany. It's just it looks like a generic rom com, but it stars Halle Bailey. So I was like, okay, that might be a wholesome venture. April 24th. Michael. It's Michael. Starring Jafar Jackson playing Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Is this okay?
Biopic.
Fun. Yeah.
So that's probably like one of those award baity type movies. I don't know. It could be really good or a flop. You never know with those.
Always hard to say. Usually, even when the movies like people kind of like naysay the movies, a lot of times they're still like, "But the performance was just like
Right.
the performance was
And it's
great,
it's the
whatever."
nephew of Michael Jackson playing Michael Jackson, so that already is gonna draw
Oh, really?
eyes. Yeah.
Okay. He's not an actor then. originally?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's like one of those things where
Okay.
like Straight Outta Compton, Ice Cube's son played Ice
Right.
Cube,
Right.
so it makes sense. Uh, The Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out May 1st. I've not seen the original, but I know this is a long time coming. I think it's like, what, how many years since the last one? Couple decades? I don't know.
It's ages like mid 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Early 2000s, mid 2000s, something like that. Been for a while, to the point of like it's sort of become like kind of cultural zeitgeist to an extent where like, I mean, I think we made reference to it when talking about Cruella, which took clearly the like middle part of Cruella took a lot of inspiration from that, and you can really get that sort of vibe from it. And it's like that's I know that without having seen The Devil Wears Prada.
Hmm.
So
Right. So it could
yeah,
be one I easily could watch the original leading up to that.
yeah.
How about Animal Farm, everybody? Animal Farm. The animated.
I saw the trailer for this and I wanted to end it all. I wanted to end.
Yeah, I've heard
I was
not
like,
good things about the trailer. I haven't watched it.
it's okay. So you know how basically we have in one of my friends' discords we have a sub channel called media illiteracy.
Yeah.
I think this firmly goes into that
Yeah, that's what
category.
I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like
So
is it like is it a film made by a studio of reputable quality, or is it like one of those scuffed random ones where it randomly has stars in it?
I think it's a scuffed random one cuz like I want to say, let me scroll down to it here. Yes. So I, randomly Angel Studios is involved with it.
Hmm.
Do you know Angel Studios?
No.
So they have a pretty decent reputation because having seen a few episodes of it, so they're like a Christian sort of, they make like a lot of like Christian themed
Uh-huh.
media.
Gotcha.
Um because I think like Sound of Freedom was like a really big hit for them. But they the movie. But the really big thing, their big claim to fame was The Chosen, which is it's like the TV series about the life of Jesus.
Hmm.
And it's really good. Like I don't say that about a lot of Christian media. A lot of it is just like really not very quality.
Right.
But like The Chosen is like extremely well made. It's really it it aims to be like as accurate to the time period as possible. It's just really really good. Um but I can't speak to anything else that they're making because
Yeah.
the fact that they're involved with this is like it's bizarre. It does seems like they completely aren't understanding like what this is about, but they're not the only studio attached to it either. We also have like the Imaginarium Studios and Anaventure and Cinesite, and I'm assuming those are probably the animation studios behind it. So I guess Angel is maybe just the distribution vector for that.
I'm
Like
sure
like
it's
pushing
not
button.
good. But as with all these animated films, they just get this
It looks really bad.
random like cast of stars in it. You got
Well, it's
Andy
being
Serkis,
directed.
Gaten
He's di-
Matarazzo.
but he's directing it.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is directing the movie.
That's
That's the
big.
thing that's just like,
That's big.
but why? Yeah, and all the celebrities are just like a who's who, and it's just like I don't know, Gat
You,
Mazarazzo.
you got
He's
Seth
he's big.
Rogen, Kieran Culkin, Steve Buscemi, Jim Parsons, Woody Harrelson, Glenn Close. I mean, just to name a few.
We have Laverne Cox as well. Jim Parsons. We have freaking what's it?
Sheldon.
Sheldon
Yeah, I said Jim
Sheldon
Parsons.
Cooper. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just a random, a
But
weird,
anyway, yeah, I
what a
don't know if
weird
I'll watch
selection.
that or not. I watched some bad stuff too, but also May 22nd, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh
I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't looking forward to
yeah.
this
Oh yeah.
because I'm looking
I have
forward
to
to
watch
this.
season 3. I
I
have to catch up.
I still haven't seen that. Yeah,
So
I still haven't seen season 3 either, but I've heard it wasn't all that good, but I don't care.
they can say what they want
I
to say,
when I saw the trailer, I was like, man, I can't wait to see these little guy, that little
That's
guy, and that Mandalorian in action.
surely it's gonna be fun, right? You know,
That's all I want from Star Wars at this point. I just want fun because we saw peak with Andor. I think that I getting the Mandalorian Grogu. I just want fun. I just want
I
to have a
think.
good time.
I mean, there's potential for it to be amazing, genuinely,
Yeah.
but there's also like I just can't see it being like, oh, that was terrible, like snooze fest that I just watched. I just can't see it, but maybe it'll surprise me.
I don't know.
But
Uh,
I gotta catch up
I'm
on
gonna
all of Star
say
Wars.
I'm
So,
gonna say another movie that I want to mention because the trailer for this is me very excited. That's Mortal Kombat 2.
oh yeah, I did skip over that.
I love I love Carl Urban playing crap uh Johnny Cage. He's playing Johnny Cage,
To today,
and
Junior.
and I'm really excited about that because Johnny Cage is like I think is one of the best characters
Hmm.
in Mortal Kombat. He fits the tone of those games like perfectly. He's just the biggest asshole, and I really oh god, he Carl Urban is really good at playing those kind of like gruff and uh spiky kind of spiny kind of characters. So the trailer, I was just like, yeah, I'm sold. Originally I was just like, oh, we're really doing another one of these? And then I saw it and I was like, okay, no, this looks good. I'm in. So yeah, I
Yep,
hope that's good.
definitely. We got Toy Story 5 coming
Yep.
out June 19th. What do we think? Oh, good or bad?
I think, I mean, I don't see a world in which it's bad.
You just gotta bet. You
Um,
gotta bet on the toys at this point.
you get a bet on the toys. I mean, like I still don't think this movie needs to be have been made. It's kind of annoying that they've continued with this franchise when it feels like they really
We'll
don't
see.
need
Like,
to.
is it gonna be a case where like this is the first like Toy Story 4? You know, is still received well and everything. Well,
Yeah,
Toy Story 5 could like imagine like you keep pushing your luck, and Toy Story 5 is the first one that's like actually not good, like
yeah.
and across the board. That would be sad to see. That would be sad because
It
it's
would
like, okay,
it
maybe you should have stopped while you were ahead
well, it would be sad to see because like the original Toy Story trilogy is like
the
arguably
whole
one of the
time.
best film trilogies of all time. So,
Yeah, I
um,
watched the Toy Story 25th anniversary last year in theaters. It still holds up.
oh, you get to see that? That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I was able. Yeah, I don't think I got around to see that. It's just unfortunate, but that's the first movie. I'm pretty sure the first movie I ever saw in movie theaters was Toy Story.
Mm,
So,
okay. And also, just on my list for movies in general, I'm trying to go through ever since I watched Toy Story, I want to go through the Pixar's, like including the ones I've seen, rewatching them. And then
mhm.
I only have a couple that I haven't seen left in there, so cross those off too. Of course, I had no idea this was a thing until I looked in this list. Untitled Jackass film comes out June 26th. This blew my mind. I was like,
There's a
I
fifth
didn't
one.
know there was a fifth one coming.
Mm.
I'm a Jackass fan, so but it's weird. Like the description said something about there's new stuff, but there'll also be archive full footage and stuff. So I don't know exactly what we're in for, but I'll be there for it. Um,
Mm.
one day you're gonna be watching his Jackass movies, and it's gonna be
I
the weirdest experiment.
I'm extremely interested. I because I just I the whole like culture and idea and that time period of when the
Beautiful
heyday of
culture.
Jackass
Mm.
is so like it's so fascinating to me. Like as just like a kind of a curious bystander. I'm no like
Right.
expert by any means, but like the stuff I've like know and learned over time about it is just like it's just such a like it was really like a little time capsule.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is cool that they've still been able to continue to stay together and still do stuff. So,
That's gonna be a weird one
but
if we ever do go through those movies because it's like once you watch the first one, if you hate it, it's like, well, you're gonna hate all of them just
yeah.
automatically, and it's just gonna be a miserable experience. But it's not because they're not really movies too, so I don't even know how I
Yeah,
would score them because I'm gonna be
right.
scoring it higher than some like well-crafted films, and
Yeah, like, was I
you know,
entertained?
it like it's just some genuine parts that I just hate. I hate watching. Like it's some hard to watch parts. Even me, like I don't
Yeah.
think I have the weakest stomach, but there's some parts that do get me. So if you have a weak
Mm,
stomach, it's never gonna be for you. The thicknesses of the world, you know.
yeah, it's true.
Moana. It's coming out July 10th. Are we excited or what? You know,
No, not
hell yeah,
really.
hell
So it's
yeah,
literally less than 10 years because I
yeah,
mean, this is the 10th year anniversary of Moana, but it's technically will be less than 10 years since the movie originally came out that'll be
yeah.
getting its live action remake
It's gone too
in
far,
theaters.
and of course they had the live action remix on pause, and then Lilo and Stitch came out, and they're like, resume, bloop, and so we can't learn a lesson here,
Yeah,
because
apparently not.
it's well the to be fair, like Lilo and Stitch, we knew before it came out it was going to be a big buku bucks
Mm.
blockbuster. Moana, it's gonna be that. Like it doesn't
It's
matter
gonna
how
be
good the
that.
movie is because we saw Moana
No.
2. It's just an instant money.
Yeah, it
So
was not that because that movie is not good. Like, like I think with Lilo and Stitch, even though you and I did not like it, and I have significant problems with it. I can see a world in which I can understand at least why somebody might like it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but like Moana 2 is just like I don't know why anyone would like this movie. I
And it's
just don't
not
get it.
because it's not like people are clamoring for live action movies. Okay, we gotta go back on course. It's just Lilo and
Yeah,
Stitch is it's
IP
instantly, and
it's the
Moana
IP.
instantly. So we gotta wait until the
IP is king
next
now.
live action after that, which is I guess probably Tangled.
Maybe. Yeah, I think
But
I
that could
think I
have the
just read
same
somewhere that
effect.
they
Like we're not really learning anything. It could just be
it,
like, oh well, there are Tangled fans out there, so
yeah, it might have been a phony thing, but I felt like I read
the
that
casting. Yeah, yeah, I
they
think
cast
so.
Rapunzel and
Flynn
Flynn
Rider.
Rider. Yeah.
Um, the biggest one of the year, perhaps, or one of the biggest ones of the year that people are looking forward to is The Odyssey, which comes out July 17th. It's the
Got a lot
biggest.
of thoughts.
It's gonna be big, but
Got a lot of thoughts about this.
I'm sure.
So, I I love Christopher Nolan. Um
Period.
he's
That's it.
he's definitely he's
Send.
definitely like
Send tweet. That's it.
he's definitely like he gets a lot there are people that have a lot of criticism over him because they kind of see him as like he makes like kind of like movies that dumb people think are smart. I think is like one criticism when they're not as smart as you may think that they are. Like when you actually break
Whatever.
them down,
That's
and
very
it's like
pretentious. That's a very
okay,
pretentious
it
way.
is a very pretentious way to look at it, and it's like on the one hand I kind of like agree, but I'm like I don't care at the same time because like I don't care what you say. They are still like a lot of them are still extremely clever, very well made. He does really interesting things with like time and like messing around with that. And also he gave us the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, and the
So,
technical side
you
of
know,
things, he does a lot of inspired things as a director too. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
puts a lot into
yeah.
it.
So, my problem is the Odyssey is just not the subject matter for him, really. Like to me, it just doesn't really work in terms of like jumping around. Like the Odyssey is a seminal work of epic literature in the sense of it's sort of the prototype adventure. Like it is the fantastical adventure. Well, the Iliad, the sort of precursor to it in terms of Homer's epics,
Oh,
the Iliad is a war, is like an epic war descriptor. The Odyssey is the journey home,
uh
but it's the fantastical adventure of the journey home after the war. Um, to me, you have to have that very to be for it to work. I think you can't be jumping back and forth through time. Now that being said, He didn't do that like a ton in. Obviously, didn't do that a ton in like The Dark Knight. I think the tone of this is going to be way more similar to something like Oppenheimer as opposed to something like uh Memento or heck even like Dunkirk or something like that. It's not going to be. It's going to be a lot more focused, I think. But I just don't see any world in which this movie can be good. Like I'm like equal parts like really excited and also full of a significant amount of dread because like it I even though it's got like a great cast list, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really love who everyone's being cast as. I think Matt Damon is a very fine Odysseus. I don't know why Tom Holland is was it Escapist or
I don't
what is
know.
it?
I'm not. I'm
He's
not.
Odysseus. He's Odysseus' son. I don't love it. I really don't understand why Zendaya is in this movie. I don't. She just does no. Charlize Theron as I think she's Athena. That's fine. I think that's great. Uh, Lupita Nyong'o. I'm very intrigued by that casting as well. Anne Hathaway, I think, works as
I mean,
well.
I like
But like,
Zendaya, but it's weird. They came as a
she,
pair. Like I don't know how that happened. They're like it's a package. I know people are questioning
um,
Tom Holland particularly
yeah.
too, but again, or not again, but for me,
Oh no, sorry. No, Athena is Zendaya is Athena, and that's the thing where I'm like, no,
I don't know. I can't.
sorry,
I'm not
I
gonna be
just
able
don't see
to. I don't know anything about these like the original literature. I'm not gonna be able to talk about what. I mean, it's
And
a
I think,
difficult
well,
thing
and
to
that's the thing,
cast, but
but that's the thing too, is that it's like you don't need to change too much about it to make it great.
uh
But but like they do with all of these things, they change so much about them, and for seemingly no reason. Um, like the thing for me is like stuff's not going to be historically accurate. That's whatever at this point. Like I just come to accept that like, no one gives a shit about that. I just kind of have to accept it.
huh.
My problem with a lot of that comes in the fact that like if you don't even want to care about getting any of that right, like why are you going to care about getting any of the story stuff right? Why are you going to care about getting any of the themes right? Like um so I just it's like I'm filled with a lot of trepidation because like I don't think there's been a very good movie set in this time period for an extremely long time, and I
Yeah,
just don't think Christopher Nolan is like is the biggest question mark to me about this because I'm like, why him for the Odyssey? That's
I
just
know,
so
but
strange to me.
just
I just can't imagine it working. But that being said, I'm still going to go see it. So
that's the thing. Don't go into it with dread. Go into it with open heart, and then just see what. Because I have no
my
expectations.
crusty historical
You're
soul can't
crusty.
do that when it comes to movies
You're
like
crusty.
this.
I mean, I have no expectations. It's not like I'm expecting to be blown away. I'm not expecting to hate it. So I'm going with a clean slate, and I'll just see what happens. I'll judge it after, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna criticize the casting until I see it. You know, um, and then I'll say if it was like poor casting after the fact, because it's like sometimes they're like inspired choices. That's like this person does not play these kinds of characters typically, or this person is I don't think is the best actor, and then they surprise you. So I'm just like I'm open minded towards it. We'll see. I don't. I'm not. It's not like
It's a wild cast. I'll say that.
yeah,
I'll say that much. It's just it's got pretty much anyone who's anyone.
yeah. And
So
so it's like one of those. It's gonna be one of the biggest movies of the year, just for that. I think alone, just because there's gonna be so many eyes on it.
yeah,
But
Telemachus. That's Odysseus' son.
who knows? When you have just a star-studded cast, it could be not substantive, but it could surprise you. Christopher Nolan is objectively a good director, so it's just like maybe he wanted to do something that he's not used to, or something outside of
So
his comfort zone.
I think during some of my research into some of this, because this is where the conversation I think started, where we were talking about upcoming movies, is we were all talking about this, and through some of like looking into it, Christopher Nolan was originally attached to the movie Troy,
Hmm.
like back during that film's kind of fraught development, and then some stuff happened. He didn't sign on to it, and then he decided to make the Batman Begins. So it's like, okay, it's like sure.
Okay, so maybe it's something he's been eyeing
So
up, that kind of thing.
yeah,
So next up, I have Spider-Man: Brand New Day. It's the year of Zendaya, by the way. There's 4 that I have on here, and who knows if there's more
you're
coming.
Zendaya and Tom Holland,
Well,
because he's in here
yeah, but
too.
Zendaya's in other things too.
Okay,
What is Tom? I don't know what Tom Holland is in, other than those two. But
these two things. Well, I'm sorry, but like I like Zendaya, but I'm kind of getting sick and tired of seeing her in things.
there you go. It's the fatigue. What about
It
Pedro
it is
Pascal?
it is Pedro Pascal. Like he's the same thing too. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing him and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if I'm biased towards someone, then obviously I'm not. Yeah, I just really like Zendaya, so I'm just like, I don't mind it.
Oh,
But
I do too, but that's the thing, is like I do too, but like at the same time, I'm like,
it's Spider
okay.
Man, so
It
we'll
is
just talk about
Spider-Man, so
Spider Man.
I'm okay with that.
Who
I'm
knows
okay
what's
with that.
happening in here with Sadie Sink and stuff?
Yeah,
There's some other casting. I don't know,
right.
but I mean, where do we go from No Way Home is the question. I have no idea.
I sure hope it's poor Spider-Man, like poor on the street Spider-Man, and not like literally in the
How,
street, but like
but how? That's
street level, back down to street level Spider-Man. I think.
that would be
Well, he
cool,
doesn't
but
have the. I mean, he's basically a nobody in this world. That's
yeah.
how. Down on his luck, Spider-Man is best Spider-Man, and I say that as somebody who loves the Tom Holland interpretation
Uh-huh.
of the character. But he's had the benefit of having MCU ishness with him, so
What
he's
would
had
he
all
be
the
without his
technology.
technology?
He's
It's him and
had all the
Batman.
technology. Yeah, that's what you got. That's what you got. So it's just like he just has his own
Yeah.
wherewithal.
But No Way
So
Home obviously was an entire like threw a wrench and everything, was a whole different beast than the previous 2 Holland films. I'm not
yeah,
super locked in with the MCU in the way that I was, so I'm not really sure what if there are details out there about this movie. I'm not really sure, but
yeah. I don't. There's not. To my knowledge, there's not really a whole lot. They've actually kept like pretty under wraps as to who Sadie Sink is even going to be. So
mm, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. Next up, I have Coyote versus Acme.
I'm.
August
Hey,
28th. Wow,
that's pretty great that this movie's actually coming out.
it's coming.
Yeah.
So
So this is it was a canceled movie. It was basically completed, and then during Warner Brothers' whole to do going on in like 2021, 2022, David Zaslav was just like, "Dad, just get canceled. It's not coming out now." I was like, "What?" And
mm-hmm.
it's like, "Delete it. It's
Yeah.
gone. We're destroying all copies of it." And it's like, "What?" Because apparently from people who'd seen it, they said it was really good. So, um,
I'll be excited to see that. That'll be fun.
yeah, I'm uh I'm looking forward to it.
Clayface, September 11th. I only have this on here because it's co-written by Mike Flanagan.
Yes. This is why I'm excited for it too,
Yeah.
because that was something that he's been literally asking for like ages. He's like, I love this character. Let me write a Clayface thing."
Yeah, so
And so
it's
like,
described as a body horror film co-written by
yeah,
Mike Flanagan, so it's interesting.
let's go. Let's do it.
Resident Evil. I mean, it's a year of multiple video game movie adaptations.
Right?
September 18th. This one's interesting to me because it's directed by Zach Kreger, who directed Weapons, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
So it's just interesting to me.
Okay. He was also, wait a minute. I just looked him up. He's also a founding member. He was in The Whitest Kids You Know.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's great. I love that shit. I love the way as kids, that's some funny shit. Um, but that's wild. Well, so what's especially strange about this too? This is like the this is like the third reboot of this that they've done. Like they literally just
Right.
had a Resident Evil reboot come out like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're like it didn't do very well, and they're like, we'll do it
They're
again.
trying to
We'll
make
tell
it
the same
work.
story again.
Yeah.
It's like I don't. Yeah, yeah, here it is. Plans for another Resident Evil reboot began in early 22 following the critical and commercial failure of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, you had like you had like everyone cast like Claire and Chris, Lisa Trevor, Leon S. Kennedy was even showed up in it because they basically combined like Resident Evil 1 and 2, I think.
Hmm.
Um it's just bizarre. So but they're doing it they're doing it again. So, I don't know.
But then I have the next one is Street Fighter on my list. So there you go. October
Yeah.
16th. That's a crazy cast right there.
Insane. This is not even just a crazy cast. This is so we're talking about like this is one of the most random casts I've ever seen. But seeing their energy, seeing the trailer and then seeing their energy at
The Game
the
Awards.
Game Awards,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, this
Yeah.
is I'm here. I'm here for this. This is because this is the kind of thing I want. I want like this movie's clearly like not aiming to be like cinema. It's aiming to be fun,
Right. That's what we
and
need for that.
that's kind of what we need for something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be
So
fun. I could see some fun action sequences in there for sure. Jason
yeah,
Momoa.
yeah.
He's like
Jason Momoa,
he's like, tell
he's
him
Bronca.
Ryu.
Yeah,
And they have to correct him. It's Ryu. He doesn't even know where he's
yeah.
at.
David Desmalkian's gonna be in it. I don't remember who he's playing in it. Hold
Cody
on, let me.
Rhodes, it's just a
Oh yeah,
very.
David Desmalkian is M Bison,
Hmm.
which is crazy. Yeah, Roman Reigns is Akuma. That's gonna be pretty
It's
fun.
pretty well casted. Like honestly, I think so. See how it goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
And this next one I just put because of how weird it is that this exists. Ebenezer: A Christmas Carol comes out
Oh
November
yeah.
13th, starring Johnny Depp, Ian McKellen, Rupert Grint, and Daisy Ridley. Everybody, come on! I don't know.
As, as directed by Ty West too, right?
Yes, the only two I knew were Johnny Depp and Ian McKellen. People were already like, okay, weird, because Johnny Depp is like Ebenezer Scrooge,
Mm.
and it's like it's just interesting that those were the choices. And then I just saw when I was looking through the list that Rupert Grint and Daisy Ridley. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, sure. Why
I
not?
don't know who they are, but yeah, we need another Christmas Carol. We need it now.
Yeah, we desperately. Yeah. Well, so it's funny because this is coming off of because he's had a bit of a hot streak recently because he had that trilogy. It was like X, Pearl, and then Maxine.
Uh,
Sort of that trilogy
yeah, yeah.
of movies that came out.
So
So he's kind of hot
naturally,
right now
this
because
is the
those were like
next
really
one.
really popular. So naturally, what you make after that is you make Christmas Carol. Of course, it's just natural.
It's so weird. It just might work. I don't know. The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping, November 20th. That's got an interesting cast to it as well. I'm still behind on Hunger Games stuff. I didn't watch the Ballad of Songbirds and
Yeah,
Snakes,
yeah,
but
I didn't see it either.
this is gonna be a huge movie. I think somehow Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson are in there. They're somehow, but I don't know how that works
Some
because it's like
somehow they
it's
returned.
set way in the past. I think
Yeah.
I'm behind on the lore, but that's what I heard. So I don't know how
Well,
that's
this
gonna
is
work.
like there's a new because Suzanne Collins went back to like basically the other this trilogy is about like Hamish, I think. So it's like takes place
Hmm.
in the past.
Yeah, it was like
So
it was his reaping that what's
his
it called?
reaping, I
Yeah,
think, yeah.
his thing
Um,
that he won. Yeah.
yeah. But this is a quarter because I think Sunrise on the Reaping I think is another 50th.
Oh, it's a quarter
Like it's because
quell,
it's a quarter quell. So it's like yeah,
as you
every
know.
25 years.
I'm
this is
so out of the
this is
Hunger
the next
Games. I
horror film.
haven't watched Hunger
Yeah,
Games in over a decade. It's like I need to
yeah,
rewatch them this
I
year
do
probably.
too. Yeah, I do too. Um, I'd have made a good movie series maybe, but I'd really like to. Yeah, I'd really like to rewatch them because like I really because I think I saw Catching Fire first. Because it was like because it was in theaters and like everyone was going to see it, and so I was like, yeah. I mean, some people were like inviting me, and I was like, I haven't seen the first one, and they were just like, yeah, we'll catch you up. It's not too hard. I eventually went back and saw the first one. I thought it was okay, but like Catching Fire, I was like, this is like extremely good movie.
Hmm.
Um, like the acting is really good. The script writing is just like it's got pretty much everything you could want in sort of this style of movie. And then I remember really enjoying the other two parts of Mockingjay, but I remember almost nothing about them other than the fact that Moist Critical is in part one
Yes, of course.
because he talks about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't know to what extent Jennifer Lawrence is in it, if it's a cameo or actual role, but
yeah,
uh, Jennifer Lawrence is like one of my favorite actresses now. I really like her movies, especially recently. So I'm
I
down
haven't
for
really
that.
seen anything with her in it recently. I don't think. But
You know, Die My Love is a good one, especially
mm,
for just to see her acting chops. That's a good one that came out
hmm
2025. Um, Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, directed by Greta Gerwig. That's really what is intriguing to me.
yeah, I like Greta Gerwig as a director. I this is not this is again this is another thing where I'm like
I'm not gonna say until
I
we
don't want
know.
her within a I don't really want her within a 10-foot radius of this movie, but yet she's directing it. So,
We have no idea. We have no
uh
idea.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. What one thing I think is extremely strange about this is that they deciding to do chronological order, I guess for this new adaptation. Uh which I've read them in this way and it works, but at the same time it's almost like why? Why are we doing it this way? Um, just because it's like it's really like it almost spoils the game in some way. Like it's kind of a weird way to say it, but like it just sort of like it kind of like tells you what's gonna happen too early. I guess is one way to say like because the Magician's Nephew is like the was like the prequel to the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and yeah, I don't know. I will say it's interesting. Like I'm intrigued the fact that they're doing it this way. Um,
I
but
have no idea. It's a very random thing, but
it's
I like
very
seeing
yeah.
unconventional, you know, matchups. See what happens. Surely there's a reason. Like maybe she's actually passionate about Chronicles of Narnia. You know.
Based on what I've yeah, I don't know. Based on what I've read, that's what gives me like I'm a little worried about it. So it's stuff that's like oh no, like I don't like hearing that. Like don't say things like that. Like there was like a producer that talked about like you gotta infuse this modern music in it, and they mentioned like a song from like the '80s that they used, and
Hmm.
I'm like, that's not
That's
what
not Narnia.
what are you talking about?
You don't want the
What do you mean?
modern music ruining Narnia. Yeah,
Well, modern
maybe
music, and then you mention a song from the
'80s.
'80s.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
not modern.
Well,
that
what's it?
was
Okay.
40 years
But is
ago.
'80s good or bad for Narnia? I don't know. It doesn't.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't.
I'll tell you that.
But again, we don't know. Don't knock it
Yeah.
until you see it. Narnia, the Magician's Nephew. Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, I mean,
We enjoyed Barbie. I also watched Little Women for the first time this year. That's really good. It's a really good movie
mm,
because I just had seen it so many times on people's letterbox favorites. It's like such an adored movie. I was like,
yeah.
okay, I get it. So Greta Gerwig, I'm a fan now. But a big one. Um, both slated for December 18th. Avengers: Doomsday and Doom Part 3. How about
That's
that double feature?
that's some, that's some crazy work right there.
I saw someone they're doing a podcast about 2026 movies, and they were like, Doomsday is gonna happen.
Yeah,
Combine the two, double feature.
yeah, it's gonna have to be. Well, talking about casts, the Avengers Doomsday cast is absolute insanity, and also just goes to show that they've. It's funny because like every single trailer that comes out fills me with like. There's one trailer I saw, I was kind of like, and then I saw another trailer, I was like, oh, like in terms of like in terms of how they're like marketing it and
They only
hyping it
had the
up, and I'm like,
four little teasers. Four little
yeah, well,
teasers.
that's what I mean. But it's just kind of like, okay, like Chris Evans is back. I'm like, okay,
Right.
like,
I don't know.
are we giving up? Like, basically, a lot of this feels like we gave up on the idea of what we were trying to do. So we're bringing them
That's the
back,
biggest. That's
bringing
the biggest
everybody
thing. There's
back.
so much
It's like,
skepticism going into this one more than like any other Avengers movie. Usually,
yeah,
it used to just be like universal hype, you know. Now it's like,
yeah,
okay, are we backpedaling, and now it could be a complete mess because we have so much stuff we're shoving in here, but it's obviously still gonna be an event, you know.
yeah.
I'm
It'll still
still
be an event,
excited to
that's for sure.
see like what the hell's happening in this movie, but
Yeah,
and how like like
you got a lot of movies to catch up on too.
oh yeah.
in
For
this
I thought about
awful
maybe watching the
poverty.
MCU, going through the MCU this year. That would be cool.
Mm,
But I mean, I can watch Doomsday. I think I know enough. If I didn't watch anything, I've seen, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts. I've seen the X Men's for the most part.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen uh, what are the big ones are? Captain America: Brave New World, of course.
Oof.
So,
That's a oof. That's a oof movie right there.
but I might try to do the MCU rewatch. But as I said, there's already plenty other stuff, so it's whatever I have
Yeah,
time for.
yeah.
But Dune Part 3, honestly, not cast to sneeze at either. That's a
No,
big cast right there. Like they already had a
Zendaya
big
again.
cast, and then it's the year Zendaya, baby.
Yeah, but you get Robert Pattinson added to that cast too.
Robert Pattinson tagging along with Zendaya in a couple movies. What's going
Yeah, there
on?
is. Yeah, what's happening there? Uh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
Anya Taylor-Joy,
yep.
Florence Pugh. It's just like it's a collection.
Hmm.
Um, so that's big, the double drop there, and of course I saved the best for last. Angry Birds movie 3 coming out December 23rd.
Why?
Because this has the most
Wait,
random cast I just saw when I looked at that.
wait, hold on. Let's look. Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Emma Meyer. What? Rachel
Keep
Bloom,
going.
Marcella Hernandez, Kiki Palmer, Tim Robinson. What? Nikki Glazer,
Mr. Beast. Oh,
Mr.
jump
Beast is in this
scare.
fucking.
Oh.
What? Mr. Beast jumps here. Lily James, Danny McBride, Ian Hecox, and Anthony Padilla. We got Smosh.
Yeah,
We got
no.
Smosh, everybody.
What the hell
Let's
is
go. They're
happening
back.
there? They were like, what better time to drop than the two biggest movies of the year? Because this is about to blow them out of the water. Angry Birds movie 3. The year of the video game movies. For real.
Apparently, yeah.
Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Angry Birds,
Mario.
Mario. There might have been even another one, but that's a lot already.
Yeah, was there let's see, there's a Silent Hill. Return to Silent
That's
Hill.
right. Yeah.
That's coming out like in a couple weeks, I think.
What about that? The year of the video game movies. Everybody's trying to do it now. We'll see. What's your most hyped movie
Oh, well, don't
2026?
also forget about Werewolf.
Oh yeah,
Star
that's what I want
by
to. I meant to.
Robert Eggers. It's coming out on Christmas, just like he did with
Yeah,
Nosferatu.
yeah. So that'll be. I mean, that's like a recipe for success. You would think, because
Now, talking about a guy that loves historical accuracy. This is why I love Robert Eggers. Like, man, is a director right close to my heart.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, and I have one other movie too.
Oh, what's another one? Oh, there's an untitled Jumanji: The Next Level sequel.
Well, that was not it. No, that was not the one. No, 'cause I just heard this on that podcast I was referencing. I
Hmm.
didn't know this existed. It's a movie called Digger. It's a black
Okay.
comedy film directed by Alejandro Iñárritu, but it
Oh yeah.
stars
Okay.
Tom Cruise in what seems
Oh.
to be an unconventional role for him, and also Jesse Plemons is in there.
Oh.
So it was just like, whoa.
That's a that now see that intrigues me. That's a fascinating combination of
Sandra
people there.
Hüller, and I also see John Goodman. I mean, like, what is going on here?
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
And
I
like,
need to know more.
I just from what they mentioned on there, it seems like it's a role that like Tom Cruise is excited to do, and it's not like the typical action role. So I'm just like intrigued all
Mm.
around. Jesse Plemons, I loved in Begonia this last year.
Yeah, I've
It's really good.
heard very good things about that movie. So
But what's your number one that you're most looking forward to? You think is it Werewolf?
it's hard to say. I mean, like Werewolf, like I just the fact that Robert Eggers is attached to it in general is like really exciting. I think like the little fanboy in me is just saying it's Mario. I like Mario. I
Wow.
don't know. um yeah, I don't know. I mean
I'm excited for the
like off
surprises, which is going to probably be some of the better movies that I've been
yeah.
are on this list. But honestly, like some of the basic ones, I'm
Whoa, whoa,
still
whoa.
excited for Avengers, Doomsday, and Mandalorian Grogu. So I don't know.
Yeah, same. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. There's a mummy, another mummy coming out?
With Brendan
Lee
Fraser.
Cronin's The Mummy. No, it's with s- uh starring Jack Rayner, Lia Costa, uh Natalie Grace, Veronica Falcone. Sure. I don't know. Wild. I didn't know they were doing yet another mummy.
Oh. But yeah, there's a lot of 2026 stuff already slated. Between games and movies, we just spent a lot of time talking about it. And there's plenty more unannounced
Oh,
to
this
come.
well, there's Supergirl. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, that's true.
So, Supergirl, Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean the superhero stuff, like sure.
I'm so
Clayface, I think
curious.
is Clayface is I think really interesting again because that Mike Flanagan connection. Um, yeah, I think in terms of like stuff that like feels like it's right up my particular alley, I think it is. I think it's got to be Werewolf,
Yeah.
but that's like so long into the year, it's hard to say. Like in terms of like stuff I'm looking forward to that I'm I want to be just purely entertained by. It'd be the Mario Galaxy movie, Super Mario Galaxy movie. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So to end out this podcast, we've been going long, but we're gonna go into comments. Some
okay,
comments from the
let's
last. How many months has
hit
it
it
been?
up,
3 months.
something like that. Yeah,
What was our last
got a
podcast?
nice big old hefty one for you here.
It's the season, the finale. Okay, so it hasn't been that long. The last podcast was posted on November 24th. All right, so it's been a couple months. Oh yeah, so I can read off. We usually read off the videos we've done since last time. It's not actually as many because we took several weeks
Hmm.
off.
Right?
So since the last podcast, we've had Ranking Survivor Samoa, season winner and cast. We've had Wicked for Good review. We had my Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview and predictions. We had the cast reveal for Heroes vs. Villains. Zootopia 2 review. Mix of Gents Cocktail, Gents Challenge with Luke, Part 2. Box Art Battle, Season 2, Episode 2 with Tara. And then we had the first 3 episodes of Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. The premiere, One Voice, and Little B Hat. And then by this time, we'll have the first wave of the 6th edition of Tarqaron cards.
Right. Right.
And might be another episode of Heroes vs. Villains out. Yeah, there should be another episode of Heroes vs. Villains, so that's I don't know what the name is yet. Episode 4, where Suri gets voted out in dramatic fashion.
It's quite the episode.
So not nearly as big a selection as usually when like a couple months have passed. But so what's your favorite of those? I mean, Heroes versus
the
Villains.
box art battles.
Whoops. Heroes versus Villains, episode 1.
Yeah,
or episode
honestly,
4.
Heroes versus Villains has been just serving pretty much the whole time. So like that is legitimately probably the favorite thing. I mean, the box set battles in terms of like other content that we've done, that's definitely been the probably the big highlight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to always fun to do those. Always a good time, and we had a nice meaty long one on that one. We had a lot of really good discussion, I think. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But then every episode of Heroes vs. Villains so far has been a banger, so it's
has been.
All right, so I'm
Peak
gonna
Survivor
read some comments. As always, I'm trying to navigate spoilers and things. Jaren COD commented on the Tarqaron Podcast episode 24 finale Fallout. He said, "Play KCD2. Period. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2." Because I briefly mentioned that I got. Or we talked about the Game Awards. That's right.
Yeah, we talked about the Game Awards. Yeah,
but I did buy the original because it was on sale for like Black Friday. The Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, those games are like it's time about history. Those games feel like very specifically made for like me and my friend Josh. So like I have no excuse. I need to play them.
Yeah.
I need to play those games.
I'm intrigued. The year's our oyster.
Yeah, for sure.
On a Ranking Survivor Samoa season winner and cast video, Chase Ferry came in with his rankings, as he always does, which is fun to see. My season rankings: S tier, All Stars, Samoa, Micronesia. Wow.
Oh, okay.
A tier, Tocantins, Pearl Islands, Amazon. B tier, Borneo, Palau, Vanuatu, China. C tier, Panama, Cook Islands, Marquesas. D tier, Australia, Africa, Gabon, Guatemala. And F tier, Fiji, Thailand. Man, he did some seasons dirty in there, but damn. There's no way I can see justifying All-Stars at number 1. Samoa 2 is crazy.
that is pretty
nightmare.
Wild.
Wow, okay.
That's a nightmare. That's wild.
In his winner rankings: S tier, Richard, Tom. A tier, Brian, JT, Earl, Parvati, Chris. B tier, Todd, Yule, Disrespectful. C tier, Tina, V, Sandra. D tier, Aris, Ethan, Danny. F tier, Amber, Natalie, Jenna, Bob. All right. All right. And his cast ranking, using our definitive tier list that we steal from tiermaker.com. Iconic, Russell Hantz. Love.
Yeah.
Great, John, Russell Swan, Shambo.
Okay.
John at the top of grade. All right.
That's interesting. That's all right.
Good. Eric, Monica, Laura, Dave, Jason. Meh. Mike, Liz, Marisa, Ashley, Natalie, Kelly, Brett. Dislike, Mick, Yasmin, Betsy. Disrespectful. Hate Ben. At least we can agree. Hate Ben.
Yeah. Particular.
Wow. Josh says, Dave is someone I'm surprised you didn't like as much. He's probably the 4th to 5th most popular person on this cast. I mean, Dave Ball. I mean, I don't get that at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get that either. Like,
I don't know
Dave
if that's entirely true either.
Yeah, well, Dave was someone like I wanted to like, but there was like nothing. He just, I don't know. We didn't get a whole lot. It was the Russell show, you know.
Yeah.
So
John is also someone I think got undeservedly good at it. He's a much worse player than the editors try and portray him as. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he didn't really do much good, but he had like the cerebral way of talking about the game, so they latch onto
Right.
that.
Yeah. It's because it's fun, or
And he
you know,
said
fun to hear him. X.
I was the one who defended Aris and said the show had sexist editing. To me, it's more so that the show is incentivized to give screen time to the louder personalities who are usually men. Jeff Probst got a ton of hate online for saying men are just more interesting than women one time. Crazy. Aris, yeah, because we were talking about, I keep forgetting, sorry, certain people that comment things. I just knew someone had said Aris were like not giving him enough credit because we just put him down the
Mm,
bottom. And yeah, he probably isn't. He's like a D tier winner, but
yeah.
yeah,
That's probably an edit. Yeah, probably some of the edit there, but
he's just boring. So
yeah.
that happens. But yeah, I do agree about the editing, and it is the case. Like, and we even talked about in Samoa, where it's like the women were incentivized to play much more low key, especially when you have
Mm,
personalities like Russell. You aren't benefited from being a loud personality that'll get more screen time because you
right.
you get cut out before you even get it.
I was gonna say we saw what happened when you were like right away, pretty
So
much.
they have difficulty editing some things sometimes. It's not perfect. Um, and then he has his rankings of the winners. He has all his explanations, which we've said before for each of them. So I'll not say this, but once we get to Natalie, I'll say that. So S tier: JT, Earl, Brian, Tom. A tier: Tina, Aris, Todd, Amber, Vesepia, Parvati, Natalie. Okay.
Okay.
Bottom of A tier, very similar to Amber. Okay, so what did he say for Amber? Strong game, but I do think she had a massive advantage coming in that makes it less impressive to me. That's what he said for Amber. And Natalie said very similar to Amber, but Amber and Rob were more of a duo, while Russell definitely took more of a leadership role in this duo. B tier: Yule, Chris, Sandra, Richard. C tier: Danny. D tier: Jenna. F tier: Ethan, Bob. Okay, so
That's
that's
pretty.
a hot take. Natalie,
Yeah,
A
that is.
tier.
Yeah, that is. I mean, Amber already in A tier is already kind of a hot take, if I'm being honest. So, like, I think we've given Amber a little bit more credit over time, but like, it's still like how much credit can you give her?
I
You
think
know, like,
he's looking at more on paper, to where like on paper you can't really knock anything against them because they vote correctly every time.
right?
They're in the know of every single vote. I think both of them.
Yeah, it's just boring. I know in mine some of it is also entertainment value in terms of the game. There's a little bit of that in there, and it's like,
It's
she was
and it's the other guy in the duo gets more of the credit and
yeah,
is flashier, as we said.
yeah.
So yeah, and it's interesting similar jury situations where Amber barely wins over Rob, um, because they don't
Mhm.
like Rob, and Natalie
Right,
wins handedly over Russell because they don't like Russell.
because they
So
don't like Russell. Yeah,
it's interesting though. You don't want to see the
yep.
same ranking every time, It's interesting to see different ones.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. See.
No, everyone can only have my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it has to be.
Random Rex 6 commented on our Hero versus Villains cast reveal, which got a lot of buzz. People just found that video organically as their most viewed video on this channel, so that's cool. But a lot of the comments, obviously, we can't really talk about.
Mm.
Um, but one I will say is Random Rex, who said that Danielle is listed as a villain for breaking her endgame deal with Terry. So I guess they probably made an article at some point,
Oh,
like, why
okay.
are they?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's like,
Okay.
all right, yeah, she did
All
make a
right.
deal, but it's not really anything notable. Chase Ferrier commented on our premiere reaction of Heroes vs. Villains. He said, "This is probably my second favorite episode in Survivor history to the Coach Exile episode. That's number one.
That's a good one. I mean, those are both phenomenal episodes of television right there.
Yeah, I think like in contention so far for the best episodes that we've seen are Eric Gives Up Immunity, the episode in Micronesia, and the Coach Exile episode, and pretty much every episode of Heroes vs. Villains so far.
Yeah,
particularly 1 and 4.
Yeah, if we're also going, if we go back further, I will say the Rupert's Last Stand episode is also right up there.
Yeah, and then there are ones that have big moments that are still
Yeah.
great, like the Leanne blindside in Vanuatu, the Edgardo blindside in Fiji, the car deal, the the grandma lie in Pearl Islands,
the grandma lie.
and
so there's
Gabon.
really good
Gabon. Some people really like the Cookie Gate episode where you got Randy voted out, and you got those iconic voting confessionals too.
Right.
The Goo Man 67 commented on Survivor Heroes vs. Villains episode 2. We're so fucking back.
Yeah.
That's because he was one of the people commenting like I won episode 2 because it took a couple weeks between some of these episodes. He was fiending. He said he was fiending for another episode. A lot of more people commenting as they find the cast reveal video. Poke Chase Bing James 9084 says fun seeing a reaction to the cast. The Josh commented Jeff hates fair play, so now that he was executive producer, he was never getting on. Yeah, because there was that whole feud that he had at this one party, and it was like, and he had this weird resentment towards him, viewed him as like a quitter for Micronesia, even though there's other circumstances. So
right.
And he also mentioned that we'll get into this more, but the prevailing story is that they kicked out Shane from Panama, who was going to be on the cast once Russell came on Samoa. They were like, okay, we need to make room for him. So he was like a last minute sub. That's seems to be the case.
Huh.
So because Shane is one a lot of people would have liked to see as well as a villain.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty big. I feel like that is a pretty big missing piece, so to say.
Gabriel Ruzan 2052 commented on our Survivor Token Teens review. He said, "I'm also currently going through most of Survivor for the first time, and I'm enjoying your discussions post episodes. Token Teens is the first season I'm dropping. It's just so boring. I like JT and Coach, and that's all. Steven sucks, IMHO. I'll jump to Samoa."
Dang. That's
Dang, I don't get that. Especially you're going through, like, there's much more snoozer seasons you've gone through. But
yeah, for real. Like Guatemala or something like, I don't know, Fiji or Thailand even, Thailand's I guess is early enough that you're like, I can suffer through this. But yeah, Token Sheen, I don't get that with that. Token Sheens is a fun season.
It's a solid season, yeah.
Yeah.
On our episode 1 of Heroes vs. Villains, we got SSAIDA 9, Seda 9. Keep up the reactions, man. I always look forward to these vids. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We got Hockey Hobo 89 saying, why did it take 2 weeks for one episode?
We went into that in an episode that you'll probably have seen before this comes out.
Yeah, we went into that in probably episode 4 of Survivor, Heroes vs. Villains. But I commented, damn, happy holidays to you too. We're right in the thick of it. On our Heroes vs. Villains preview and predictions, because I pulled up, when I do those, I try to predict where you'll put the season and the winner in it. And so I guess this is the first time he saw your winner rankings, because I pulled up your current winner rankings. Davis Waugh 7093 commented, I'm genuinely shocked how good his winner rankings are. My rankings might be exactly the same.
Hey, all right. That's some synergy right there.
How about that? Yeah, that's about it. Because it's more
Cool.
Survivor comments, but we appreciate the comments. What I do want to say is we're going to try to do now a monthly series where we read comments so we can have a
Yep.
check-in more frequently. Because it's like, first of all, we always would tag them on at the end of these podcasts. Some people would just go on the podcast just to see the comments. I always had it in a timestamp, so it's fine. But there's also, we started doing these every few months. So we would have to wait a long time before even getting to read the comments for certain ones on here. And so that'll be not only an easier video to fit in, so it's not doesn't have to be a couple hours long.
Yeah.
And, it could be very short. Like that could have been done a 10-minute video, but that's fine. It's whatever comments we get that month.
Right. Exactly.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that that's where I guess we didn't really go into like why we're calling this the season finale of the podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
guess to close out the episode. I mean, it's been fun. I've really liked doing like actually having like a podcast. We've covered tons of different subjects. I mean, it's been probably 3 years or so since we've actually been doing a podcast, maybe even more than that. Um, and it was always kind of like one of those things we wanted to fit in to add little extra variety, I guess, to the channel. If there was some stuff we wanted to talk about,
Videos that we wouldn't want to
things that
do in a standalone.
in a standalone, yeah, we kind of because I think we fielded the idea of doing comments on its own like before. We didn't really jive with that idea at the time. I think it's now. I think we're just like a lot more like, yeah, why not? Why not have so you'll be seeing episodes that'll be called Comment Corner for
Comment
sure.
corner, I think. Yeah.
And so you're seeing episodes of that. Like I said, they'll be like Zach said, rather they'll be shorter, but it'll be a lot more timely to the subjects. Um, but we just in addition to that, it's like the podcast has been fun, but we've also like sort of I probably struggled, I would say, in the last year or so, really kind of coming up with like what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, because
It's
my
like I don't
initial
know.
idea coming in was that we would have very specific things like we would each want to talk
Yeah,
about and like more specific. We toyed with throwing in little random segments and stuff, but then like the last several it ended up being just like I don't really have much to talk about. We'll talk about the challenge and we'll talk about what we've been up
comments.
to, and then we'll do
Yeah,
comments. So it's like,
yeah.
well,
With
that's
with
stuff
that other stuff,
really we could fit into other things.
yeah,
And like I said, the comments, it's just much more of a commitment
yeah,
to have a regular podcast, because it's a couple hour block, whereas we're not going to be able to do other videos alongside it.
right.
And we already have other regular series we're trying to do as well, so it ends up clogging up a lot of the schedule. And so
Right.
this will free it up a little more. You can easily throw in. We should never really have an issue throwing in a comment video, but hopefully also we can encourage more engagement, like people sounding off in the comments too. Would be nice. So try to
Yeah.
get the conversation going more, so we can have like if we could ask specific questions for certain videos, and just it would be cool to hear responses and respond to them.
Hmm.
But as we've been doing with the podcast, well, if you comment on any video, um, up to my discretion, really reading it. But for the most part, I'll read it, even if it's a video from years ago that you're just now commenting on. So anything goes in
Yeah.
that way. But it should be fun. We had some good
Yeah.
ones. We had some good random ones. Like if you look at the names of the episodes, there's some like fun little things we get into. And we had that whole like it's sort of like the chaos month podcast. It was a lot of fun. We did random segments in it.
You like changed the
Mm-hmm.
segment like every few minutes. Basically, it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
But that's another thing worth mentioning is because it became a staple throughout this year was talking about our backlog challenge we're doing for gaming.
Hmm.
And now we decided we're going to do that as a separate thing because we already kind of decided that because we just wanted to have it more, because we have a whole trophy for this thing and it's just kind of a part of the Tarqaron podcast. And so,
Right.
but then as we come up with this new one, it's a lot more ambitious. It's a lot more in depth. Like there's a lot more we'll be able to get into that would probably take up a lot of time on a podcast. So already will be good to have that separate. We haven't decided exactly how often we'll check in for that. That won't be every month, but maybe every other month, every 3 months, something like that. I would like to be more common than not, just because there'll probably be a lot of activity in this one versus the other one, ideally.
Right. Right, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's like it's not saying that the podcast is going away entirely. We might find other ways to bring it back. Maybe things will change. Maybe we'll want to bring it back in
Yeah,
some
we
form
gotta
or another.
if we
But
gotta be inspired enough
yeah, to
to
really
really
do
have
that.
something compelling to
Yeah,
do, so it doesn't fall back into the same thing.
right. And I think that's kind of what we were feeling like. We just have we have other better ways to talk about the stuff that we want to talk about. Or that the ideas and the things that we want to do. I think they're just more engaging ways to go about it rather than sitting down for 2 hours and
It's like
talking.
we're not necessarily will be able to have a time to talk about everything we've been playing or watching last month. But I'm
Right.
also doing that on my channels, honestly,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. You do it on your own already. So it's like I could maybe find some way to do that myself.
And then,
But
we always have a good amount of reviews, and then that stuff tends to seep in there too.
mhm,
And, obviously new releases and things, sometimes we mix those in. So we have a lot of plans, so it'll be fun. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice. We needed to bookend the challenge at the very least and go into the
right.
new year, but it would end on a nice 25 episodes for the Tarqaron podcast.
Good season right there. 25 episodes is a great season.
And of course, the name, the Tarqaron podcast, comes from how Rusty would always refer to us, our friend Rusty, when just talking about our channel. He would say the the Tarqaron the
Pod,
Tarqaron
podcast.
podcasts,
Yeah.
and
Circa 2020 when he was
yeah, so we made an actual podcast. But
yeah.
that's it for now. Who knows what will come in the future?
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah.
still
Maybe
cooking.
yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're still gonna be doing plenty of stuff. So, but
Hmm.
just not little less long form content, which is weird to say because we're still going to be making long videos. I'm
We
sure
will, yeah.
they'll come up, but
Yeah, we got another 2 hour and 40 minute Tarkron card video to do
that's right. That's coming
next
up at
month.
some point.
And we'll have, Tarkron All Stars always 2 to 3 hours. We got
hmm
our reviews already are long form, like
They are. They are. We yammer. We go into it.
yeah. So thank you for joining us along this journey, and hope you join us for many more things to come. We've got like movie series in the works. We've got our other series we want to get back to that we were doing monthly, like our Chance Times, our Bargain Bins, Pilot Ballots, plenty of other
Yep.
series as well. Dark Mad Libs, Mind Crushers, Survivor every week, Boxstar
Yeah, of course.
Battles. We want to do more frequently. That's the long form content right there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
maybe the longest form, generally
Yeah.
speaking.
But I think we should have another guest lined up at some point for that, though. I think
I don't know. I didn't know, but we
you didn't
will.
know. Yeah. Why not?
We will have a guest lined up.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
I've got a couple ideas.
sure. There's ideas. Yeah, ideas. But oh yeah, and then we're gonna be reviewing Clair Obscure Expedition 33, as we noted in a previous podcast. You said
hmm
whoever wins the Game Awards, probably Clair Expedition 33.
Yep.
We'll play it and review it. So that's why
I'll be doing it.
we're starting our backlog challenge at the beginning of February, because this will be January. We wanted to make sure we got that done, and then
Yes.
separate from that, we'll have our backlog challenge, which will be fun. All
That'd
right.
be good.
But also a couple more videos coming up in the next week or two for our end of the year / New Year content. We can say them because we've done them. We got Blasty Awards, where we give out our own awards or favorite videos and things we've done on the channel over the last year. And we have our top 10 of 2025, where we'll try to each have a top 10 of anything we've experienced for the first time in the year, whether it's movies, games, or seasons of television. Those three categories.
That's right.
So maybe Survivor
That's right.
Token Chains will get in there. Top 10.
No.
Maybe.
No.
All right.
It's good, but I don't know about that.
That's it. That's all we
That's
have
it.
for you. All right. So
Yes,
this
sir.
last time we do this right here. Bye-bye.